So I say to the guy, that's not my pontoon, but... Oh, we're recording? Okay.
That's okay.
Wait. We'll finish that joke later. I am Jesse Fontaine, Dungeons & Dragons, Dungeon Master Wizard, the man of many names. I have so many aliases, I'm not going to go through it all because really that would be the entire night. And you know what? I will. No, I won't. This is our session 0. And we're going to introduce characters and players and go over their creation and backstory and everything else in between that has to go with it, as well as the history and the setting of the adventure to come. So, I guess I will start with a little bit of the setting. The setting that we will be doing is actually... Not that book. Throw that piece of trash out of here. Not that book. There we go. This is the book. Our adventure will be taking place in the setting of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. An adventure from Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Written by many brilliant minds at Wizards of the Coast. Product placement.
And one map version. Just kidding, I love you, man.
There is a disclaimer in the beginning of this book that says Waterdeep cannot be held responsible for the flogging, banishment, incarceration, execution of adventurers who violate the code of legal, nor are the lords responsible for the actions of beholder crime lords, unscrupulous nobles, drow swashbucklers, and evil clones. Also, don't be alarmed by the colossal statues scattered through the city. They're quite safe and haven't gone berserk in years. That is the disclaimer to our adventure.
Okay.
There are a couple of things that I would like to add real quick before I go into the setting. One such thing is that as the Dungeon Master, this is my table. It happens to be physically owned by somebody else at somebody else's residence in some other part of the city, but that's irreverent. And as long as I'm here, this is my table and my word goes. However, it is their story. And as a viewer and or participant, it is also your story. And I am merely the narrator and the director of the laws of the universe. Particularly, I usually go so long as the lines of the player's character is a friend of the party. I frown upon player-on-player hostilities. However, it will happen. And it might be hilarious. Yeah, none of that's important. So, a little bit into the history. Once again, it's Waterdeep. So, the Waterdeep is actually a very fascinating city in Dungeons & Dragons. It is not necessarily the most prominent city upon the Sword Coast. I believe it actually falls second place to the city of Baldur's Gate, which is a city I have had many adventures in. But Waterdeep is no neglected footnote in history. No. Waterdeep was actually once the capital city of an elven empire. The elven city of Elin Thaldor. That is Elin Thaldar. It was the seat of an elven empire. And during that time, it was a dwarven clan of Clan Melarkrin dwarves who had found mithril within the mountain of Mount Waterdeep. It had a different name by the time. They had a small relationship with the elves and the dwarves. They were allowed to mine the mithril, but that relationship ended within the span of a single dwarven lifetime, at which point the elves had to withdraw. Many elves completely left the area. The elves that remained founded their own separate kingdoms and lands within the area of Faerun. Current-day Waterdeep, after it had been founded by humans and they had constructed a set of small barricaded communities around the area, the name Waterdeep actually comes from the bay in the area that had deep waters. It had other names before, but those names had been a footnote to history now. It is simply Waterdeep. In current Waterday, the city has many lords and nobles, and they are very, very respected. Some of these lords and nobles, they have the right to bear arms, which means not only do they have the right to carry a weapon wherever they go, but many nobles can be seen parading throughout town with a retinue of up to 70 armed guards, or constables or mercenaries, who all bear the coat of arms of the noble house. Many of the nobles have a particular niche of market that they will control, such as mercenaries or weapons forging, vintners and whatnot. Some of them in the past may have even been slave traders, although slavery is very outlawed now in the city of Waterdeep, so they had to change their ways. And it has been a long, long, complicated, and a tangled web of history with the nobles. Aside from the nobles, there are now the masked lords. Current history after a man, Agharon? It's an unusual name. I'm sorry. I apologize. I forget how to pronounce it. But this particular mage had cast a spell around the entire city that made it impossible for any dragon to enter the city. And he had done so upon a centralized location underneath the city. It is unable to be spotted. The only places excluded in his spell are in the bay, as well as the Undermountain. They are not under the confines and constrictions of this dragon ward that has been placed upon the city. Now, in those times, lords and nobles, masked lords, there is an open lord to Waterdeep. Her name is Laeral Silverhand. Laeral Silverhand. She is the open lord. She is essentially kind of like the president or the mayor or the governor. She is the face of Waterdeep. And she's not just the face, the puppet of a puppeteer. She is instead the most powerful. But very close and second is a council of masked lords. And these masked lords have enchanted helms and masks and robes so that their gender and identity is completely enshrouded. And that way they are unable to be bribed or held accountable for any of their decisions. And they hold nearly as much, maybe sometimes even more power than the Open Lord of Waterdeep. The city. The city itself has kind of a structure of regular laws and such. There are the laws of the code law, and that guards and the city watch will traverse the city, and they have what they call the robes. Like, oh, we're going to call in Dano. We're going to have to call the robes on this one. It's going to take some little bit of mitigation here, some management. So the robes, as they are nicknamed, are the members of the Watchful Order of Mages and Protectorates. And this Watchful Order of Mages and Protectorates, any mage, any caster in a city must register with them. And if they do not, there's consequences. But they are here to help the city watch. They solve the crime, they keep the order, etc., etc. And the city watch works pretty much out in the open. There's a few landmarks around Waterdeep. There is, of course, Castle Waterdeep, the Bay, and most notably, a lot of people use what they call the walking statues. There are several different statues of colossal size, 9 stories high and whatnot. And they are mostly inactive. There is one that will never be active again because it is not in working order. But these statues can be activated through a power of the high wizard of the area that is titled as the Black Staff. The Black Staff commands the power to activate these statues in order to maintain peace against impossible odds. Should the city be threatened by something that is impossible to defeat, these statues may be activated to defend the city of Waterdeep to what must be astonishing feats. And as for everything else, it's mostly run by a whole lot of guilds. The City Watch keeps the law, but the guilds maintain a lot of the law and order of the area. You have the Guild of the Watermen, the Guild of Bakers, the Guild of Jesters, the Guild of Dung Sweepers. But there's a guild for anything and everything, and the guilds have their own set of laws that cannot supersede the city laws, but they are very strict in their own. If you are in the Guild of Watermen and you are on a ship and you unload your goods before the guild says you can, they'll probably take your goods and throw them into the sea. Boston Tea Party. If you're a part of the Guild of Bakers and you bake your bread in the wrong shape, the Guild of Bakers will assault your bakery and cover you in your own flour and douse all of your baked goods with water. if you're a member of the Guild of Jesters and somebody comes and heckles one of the jesters, and this is one of my favorites, they will actually hire a retinue of jesters to follow you around for days and mock your every movement. I can only think of, oh, brave Sir Robin. Sir Robin ran away.
I like better, like, just like, hey, Jerry, huh? You gonna go buy some apples, huh? That's how it goes, Jerry.
From Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'm from Boston.
So,
Hey, Jerry over here doesn't follow the rules, makes fun of jokers.
there's many consequences in the city of Waterdeep. That is Waterdeep as a setting. The only other thing that I could note that needs to be brought up is that Waterdeep, the only thing that they fear are lords and wizards, and only when they make an enemy of one. Otherwise, the people of Waterdeep are pretty laid back. If you call somebody who is not a lord or a lady as ma'am or whatnot, although they're surrounded by a bunch of guards, so it should be obvious, but if you happen to mislabel a lord, they'll be like, no, it's alright, I am a lord. They will politely correct you, as well as, well, that's pretty much it. I mean,
There's
lords.
no kings, like, walking the streets, right?
Well, I mean, the open lord walks the streets from time to time.
It's not like a dragon or something, right? That's just like, hey, how's it going? I'm
No.
the Lord of the Dragons.
No, there's a dragon ward, so dragons can't come in.
Oh.
But otherwise, I mean, they're very polite. They're very slow to draw arms, and it's a very civilized city. It's open to all. Any race is welcome in Waterdeep, so long as you pay your taxes. With that, I feel that we can now delve into the players and allow the players to introduce their carefully constructed characters. Speaking of carefully constructed, one final note. I myself have personally carefully constructed several NPCs who will be appearing in this adventure. Some of them are a little bit different than a stereotypical dwarf with a Scottish accent, or the elf who is slightly effeminate. Some of these characters span and may be topical to current day modern things that are in discussion. All of my NPCs are carefully crafted with care. None of them are ever meant to be mocking, and should anybody ever find one of my NPCs to be a step too far and not a sincere, heartfelt expression of them, it is never meant to appear as something along the lines of blackface. I would never do so, and I am very open to all peoples of creed and color and race and background and everything. So, with that being said, let us please delve into our players. Oh, it was too late. I'm not that much of a wizard.
Oh, that was pretty good.
It was pretty close. Yeah, it was good. Right.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Everyone else, like, just having a good time instead of trying to kill a Sararak.
Right? I don't feel any stress.
stress.
I'm not like worried. Like, what are we gonna do? Should we take
We're
a
gonna
rest
die.
or die?
Yeah, I didn't make a backup character today.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
right?
Wait, you didn't?
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I have several.
Never going to die. My precious little
Yeah.
snowflake.
Rocks fall.
Right?
So
On a boat?
why don't we do this?
Falls in the
Let's
sky.
do whoever's in Waterdeep first. One of you two.
Mm-hmm.
Waterdeep the longest.
Yeah.
Me,
And then we'll just do on our way into Waterdeep and explain characters.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Sunday.
Plenty is my character's name. I'm a female human rogue, born and raised in Waterdeep. My father is a prominent banker, married into a noble name. Let's see. I'm a daddy's girl. I'm spoiled. I love jewelry and nice things. I gotta get my hair done every so often, do my nails. That's how girls are, man.
See, girls, not women.
Women.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 23 years old,
A girl.
so
Still a girl. Still making
trying
her
to
way in
find
the
my
world.
way.
Just
Yes, I am. I come from a pretty well family, but I like to be a rebel and delve into whatever's out there. I'm very curious about things.
what about that clothing line you've been working on?
Oh, yes.
Selling
Yes.
fashion and stuff.
I just redid my leather.
Mhm.
I like it.
been
Fits.
dabbling in leatherworking
A little
and,
bit.
and tooling and stuff.
A little bit. I try to be everybody's friend. Try the best that I can. I like to spend a lot of time down in the dock wards at night. Sometimes I feel compelled to clean up the streets a little when I see some undesirables, like the guy or whomever's begging for the constant alcoholic that everybody won't. Well, they're missing. So maybe that guy gets a little Shanghai every once in a while.
A little rough justice.
You betcha.
Okay. Okay.
Push them to better themselves.
I'm not going to tell you too much tonight. It'll all fall into place. So let's just go from there. I think that's okay for now.
Yeah. A woman of mystery.
Yes, exactly.
So.
Troublemaker.
Right.
Rebel.
And, a little bit of a dark side.
A little bit of a dark side.
Which is what Grim has sort of found out. I am going to be playing Grim Timbers. He's a gnomish wizard. He comes from the esteemed and mysterious Isle of Vinland. It's a cool place.
It's different.
It's different there. If you ever get a chance to go, you won't, because there is no access to Vinland, especially for tall people.
Tall folks.
Tall folks, big folks. So he comes from the Isle of Vinland, which harbors. It's like a refuge place for halflings, dwarves, gnomes. Little people that have been, that have suffered throughout their lives and been persecuted by the big races, and it's a place where they can get ahead.
It's like home. It's like a homeland.
It's like a homeland for them, so that it has a rich history. Some of it I'll explain, but most of it I'm gonna leave to one of our other players to explain. But essentially, there's a dragon there, and his name is the Vince. The Vince of Vinland, in fact. But he doesn't really like to be called that. You just call him the Vince. Or Vinland's Vince, sometimes. And it's a brass dragon, and they love to talk. And they love people, and they love little people, too, because little people are loquacious, they love to chat and everything. So basically, this brass dragon has taken upon itself to protect this island. And more than protect it, hide it. And because he's a brass dragon and because he protects the island, he can kind of do what he wants there within reason. And every year there's a big party in honor of the dragon. And sometimes he gives missions. And they're usually simple. Sometimes they're not. And against his own wishes, because Grim just wants to study magic on Vinland and live out his life as an awesome gnome, just unlocking the arcane secrets of magic. But instead, he gets sent to Waterdeep. And I'm not going to tell everybody why just yet, but he has been sent to Waterdeep for a pretty, in his mind, stupid reason. But he can't deny the Vince, so he has to go. And through a series of circumstances, he makes his way to Waterdeep. You can't just catch a ship off of Vinland. But he does make his way off of Vinland into Waterdeep, and he shows up there, and his first step is to raise a sum of money. And he finds out the way the Waterdeep works. There's moneylenders, so he figures, I'm an intelligent gnome, I should be able to go and get a loan, no problem. So he tries, and he actually encounters Sunday's father, Bernard Plenty.
Bernard Bird, Senior.
I think he even said that when I met him.
me.
Yeah. And I was just
My
like...
father.
So anyways, he denied Grim a loan. Not sure why. And so anyways, I am sure why, because there's some things going on. Some numbers being moved around and some circumstances that are happening, and Grim, being the intelligent gnome that he is, sort of asked to see the paperwork, kind of called him out on it. They quarreled, and now Grim cannot secure a loan from any moneylender in Waterdeep, at least none of the reputable ones, and he doesn't want to work with criminals to get the money that he needs, so he has instead turned to a life of quasi-crime, forging documents and other things in order to get the money that he needs. to accomplish this ridiculous goal that he's been given from the Vince of Vinland, in his mind anyway, because he just wants to learn magic. And yeah, that's what he's been doing for the last year, living in Waterdeep as a low-level document forger and stuff like that. But he's been making moves slowly against the Plenty family in his mind. And he's been, I don't want to say vetting, but checking out the youngest daughter, Sunday. And he's been kind of following her around the social circles and trying to understand how she operates. And he's gotten the inclination that she may not be all that she seems. And he's been keeping a very close eye on her activities down on the dock ward. And that would probably bring us to...
If you want to lead up to getting on the ship with me, or what do you...
I think that should probably be better. So, I'm Finlittlement Baldrum. I'm a halfling bard, and I'm leaving Vinland for the first time. My reasons for are kind of complicated, but I do know Grimm. Magic in my clans are different than most people's. They are mostly clerics in the dwarven clans, the Baldrums. And there aren't very many mages on the island of Vinland. Grimm is one of them, and my family asked him to teach me magic. Magic that's different from their own, and it's different from his as well. I don't use a spell book like mages do, and I don't remember the passages of the gods that I speak of, you know. My magic comes from telling people of glory, strengthening the heart. So, Grimm disappeared a year ago. Not really disappeared. Went on this errand for the Vince, and I'm on my way to go visit him. I had to leave Vinland through secret methods. I reached the water coast, or the sword coast, and I've now booked passage onto my way to Waterdeep. I'm a very hopeful person, and I carry with me a nice surprise from my good pal Grimm.
So you left Vinland, and you traveled not directly to Waterdeep. You traveled to somewhere along the Sword Coast, further south or something like that, and then from there booked passage to Waterdeep. Is that okay?
My
Gotcha.
family is connected.
Right? The great hero, Bismuth Baldrum.
Mm-hmm.
Great hero,
And Crumb.
heroine.
And Crumb.
Yeah, and Crumb. The Baldrum family. Let's call it that.
Big deal.
I don't know what the
Kind of a
ship's
big
name
deal.
is this moment, do I?
Nope. Neither do I.
So at
Okay.
this
It's not irrelevant.
at this unnamed port,
Yeah. I'm searching for ships that head to Waterdeep.
So Finn boards a transport ship. This transport ship, there happened to be a deckhand. His name is Cole, Paleborn. Cole, if you look at him, looks a little different than most of the half-orcs you've seen. Although 5 years on this ship has made him pretty brawny and kind of fearsome to look at. Yeah, his skin tint is a bit different than traditional orcs or half-orcs that you've seen. Imagine a seafoam green, like really just pale seafoam green, and then put that seafoam green out on the ocean for 5 years. And it's just gotten this like really kind of deep tan, but it's a weird green tan, okay? So that's what Cole looks like. So he has a pillowy kind of piratey shirt on, and other than that, it's just torn pants and doesn't wear shoes, and he's just
I don't wear shoes either.
he's just on the ship and doesn't really talk too much. If you were to ask Cole, what is he doing on the ship?
What are you doing on this ship, Cole?
Cole would say, Cole likes the ocean. Cole has no home. Ocean is Cole's home. And that's pretty much all you get out of him. He's very quiet and has kind of resigned to his post on the ship. and that's where he's been for 5 years, and that's where he plans to stay.
He has a place finally, in his mind. That's
If you want more out of him, you can ask him.
got you. But on the surface, this is our
That's
our
all
boy
you'll get.
Cole. The ship is his home.
Yeah.
Does Cole hang out with any of the other crew?
No.
Just by himself?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would walk up to him. Like, you see a half man, just come up to Cole and I say to him, "Hey, my name's Finn Littleman Baldwin. What's your name?" "I'm talking to you, big fella.
What?
What's your name?"
Cool.
"Cole? You've been at sea a long time. You love this life?"
Life.
"Life? Okay. Is this what you want to do for the rest of your life?"
Cole knows only the sea.
"What'd you do before the sea?"
Nothing.
I sit on one of these like barrels that's beside him. It's like takes a little bit. I try to make it look cool, but I can't.
Being uneasy
Being
with
short.
anyone showing him attention, Cole kind of like takes a few steps back and continues mopping the deck, but like starts to turn his back to you.
So I'm like, I pull out my little banjo, and I start playing it, and I'm playing a little stream. I'm like, "So Cole, what do you plan on doing for the rest of your life? Just keep sailing the sea, being a great sea warrior?"
Cole, not a warrior.
"All orcs are warriors." That's what they tell in my clan stories.
Yeah, all orcs are warriors.
You don't seem like most orcs. You're a little, grayer? Kind of sea foamy.
Yeah. Cole's whole name is Cole Paleborn. I was given this name at birth because of my complexion. That's a really tough word to say. Skin.
You seem smarter than you let off, Cole.
No. Gotta go back to mopping.
Cole, what do you guys eat here, man?
Fish. What do you think we eat on a boat?
Well, where do you eat your fish?
I don't know.
You got a favorite type?
No.
Cole, what if I could show you a life that's better than this?
Better than this?
Yeah. What if I could tell you that we could find a place that will make you happy all the time?
Cole has never known happy.
Well, you know the word, right? What do you feel when you feel happy? Tell me.
Cole has never known happy.
I stopped playing for a second. What would make you happy, Cole?
Takes a minute. You see him looking at his arms, his skin. Every orc in my village, they have the stories of their deeds, their battles, their fights, all in their body. As you see, I have none.
You have none for the sea? That's a journey in your life.
Cole has killed many, but none that would be worthy.
Cole, being on the sea and living this kind of life is a journey in itself. What would make you happy? More of this?
Cole needs to feel like Orc.
I'm a halfling. I don't know what feeling like orc is. What is feeling like an orc to you?
Cole needs to feel the fury of his people in battle. I have killed, but Cole has never been Cole has never known rage.
It's at this time that the captain actually steps up, interrupting. He sees that Cole has been talking to the passenger for a while, and he's like, Cole,
Hey,
what are you doing here?
mopping.
Or, what did I say? What did I say about speaking with the money?
Not to.
Go mop the deck.
Aye.
When this is over, I'll plan on speaking to you privately.
Aye.
You've a place to earn here on my crew, and don't you forget it.
Captain,
I walk
it's all
away.
right.
Cole walks
No.
away.
Don't you tell me how to run my ship. I've got a boat tethered to the back here. If you think you can get to the mainland on your own, you're welcome to take it. The coin you've paid is more than enough to replace it. How much do you value your journey across the sea?
How much do you value this worker?
He earns his place, as does any other man upon my vessel.
What do you pay him?
It's none of your concern, boy.
Cole, what does he pay you?
Don't you answer that.
Cole's gone.
Yelling over his shoulder at Cole, mopping the floor vigorously up on the other side of the vessel.
Okay, I can hear you.
Past tense.
The captain goes about his business once again, and it's a couple of days before you work up the courage. Cole is exhausted from a long day of sailing and manning the rigging and everything.
Where's Cole sleep?
With the other crew, separate from passengers, but you work up the courage, and once again you kind of sneak into the lower areas of the ship, and you're able to ask him a few questions before the courage leaves you and you feel the need to run back to your own private quarters.
So I sneak in to see Cole, and it's the middle of the night, and all of a sudden he just feels a small hand on his face.
Little baby hand.
Cole, Cole, do you want a better life than this?
No, Cole knows no happy.
I'll show you happiness.
Sleep.
No, Cole.
With your
Come
little
with
baby
me.
hand.
That's like little. It's like 3 fingers covering your lip.
Get off my I have teeth.
You need a little doll hand.
Cole suddenly imagines what he'd look like in a mustache.
Cole, I can show you true happiness. It's outside of this place. It's just a cage for you. Leave with me.
You want me?
Yes, Cole.
Shut up. You want me to come with you?
Yes, Cole.
And do what?
I want you to live every day like it's your last. I want you to be happy, sad, even melancholy sometimes. Angry.
Is this the...
I can show
You
you.
know nothing of Orc Way.
I don't know the Orc way. I know the Halfling way. And that's traveling and moving from place to place. Living a life without strings. You're rooted here, man. Break those roots.
I am fed. I have job.
I can feed you every day. If you want a job, I'll pay you.
Pay me?
You're not getting paid?
Okay. I have this cot. And I have these clothes. And I have food.
Cole, everything has a price in life.
Yeah.
This cot is your food. You say you have a fish. That's mere pittance.
what Cole needs to live.
Cole, you could live off of 1 gold piece a day and live in royalty. Clothes that are soft, a bed that is warm, women at your side.
Okay. What do I know of gold?
You don't know gold? It looks like this. I pull out a piece.
Take it, I bite it. I look at it.
It's a little soft from some bends because it's gold. That's
Yeah.
gold for you.
I flick it back.
No, Cole, keep it.
Cole has no need of money.
Yes, you do need of money. Cole, money is what this world revolves around. It'll get you anything you want.
It's just not Orc way.
The orc way of taking? What are you taking? You're only being taken. You're being taken.
Tomatoes,
He's not paying you anything.
Captain should be paying me.
Yeah, the captain should be paying you. What do you think all these guys work for?
Fish.
No.
The guy on the top bunk is like, "Oh, it's true, mate. I actually get paid every port." I was gonna say something, but really, it's kind of a joke amongst me and the other men here. Oh no, wait. I mean, hey, shut your gabber. Get back to sleep.
Cole. I stand up. Cole, is it joke?
He covers the blanket over his head.
You see this, Cole?
Talking
These
to my
aren't your
sleep.
friends.
Talking to my sleep.
Friends
mate,
care
nothing.
about people. Cole. Become my friend, Cole. You got this little tiny hand.
Put out 2 fingers.
What? What's your name, little man?
I am Finn, little man. Baldrum.
So, Cole was right. You a little man.
Yes.
Oh.
Little dancing man.
You dance?
Yeah, I dance. I'll teach you to dance if you wish. There are many warriors who dance and fight at the same time.
Hold. I turn back to the guy in the bunk. Cole joke?
What? No, mate. I never said that. Look.
Stop your lying.
I grab him by the neck. What do you mean, Cole joke? I let go a little bit.
Look, I got a wife and a child back on the land. If you could just not do that, I'd be happy to explain it to you.
Fine.
Right, in. Listen, you're not. Please don't break my legs.
Choose words. Careful.
I can't.
It's gonna hurt.
Oh my God. Alright. Alright. Captain Ingleson. He said not to tell you that you should be paid.
Ingleson.
Right, nurse, Captain, you've been on a ship for 2 months and you never asked the captain his name.
It's been 2 months? Oh my god, where have the days gone? Anyway, so Captain Ingleson.
Right, no, but me to speak to you about that, mate. I'm concerned. I really think you should be putting down the bottle.
Yeah, honestly.
That's awesome.
Right?
Anyway. And then it's
Good
no
acting.
wonder this trip was so expensive.
I'm merely saying, mate,
I
that...
thought it was just up the coast.
Could you please let me finish? I'm trying to save my legs. Captain said if
Like
I
everybody's
ever...
awake at this point. Like, the
Like,
whole-
yeah, you see a couple of lanterns flicker on within the cabin, and you're like... Everybody's more pale than Cole. Like,
Right?
oh, you see a couple of guys like, right, I'm starting with Cole, and they start putting bars of soap in their socks. They're ready for the beatdown that's about to happen. And he's like, Cotton said if I ever said anything that you'd break my legs, please don't break my legs. Cotton said that you eat colons for breakfast.
Oh. Yeah, man. Want to break just one leg?
Right, I'll tell you anything you need, mate. Anything. I just...
How much pay?
Captain pays all of us 1 silver a day.
Whoa, 5 years?
Silver a day.
So that's 365 times 5. I pull out my little halfling calculator. Abacus.
Abacus.
I want to see this abacus on your sheet. Can I see your character sheet? Is that in your inventory?
Yes.
Halfling abacus.
Abacus.
Mini. It's a mini. It's a pocket one. Pocket abacus.
It also tells you the weather and the
It
news.
does. It's got a little weather vane on the
Okay,
top.
abacus.
So
Yeah.
that's 1,825 silver.
Do you count weekends?
So 2 fish.
No, like a lot of gold. I can't remember like the exchange rate off the top of my head. Let me pull out this other book I've got.
It's 10 silver per gold. Divide that by 10.
Okay.
I mean, like, no, mate, divide that by 10 on your...
You shut up
On
over
your
there.
fingers.
That's 182 gold,
On
Cole.
your fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine one of these. It's like still bent.
2 mark.
One of these, but like a bunch of them in a big old sack.
No, right, mate. You know all those times that the crew goes ashore, trust me, you can buy a lot of friendly company.
You're married.
Ooh.
I got needs and you know what? I'm asleep. Don't talk to me.
Cole,
Don't bite my legs.
Cole, let's leave this place. Come on, man. They're just jerking you around.
Cole has. If Cole leaves the ship, Cole has no way to make fish.
I can make fish. Not literally, but I can make money that gets you fish. Cole, you don't know this about me because I haven't had a chance to show it, but I'm a great chef. I can cook every single day for you.
Mm-hmm.
Food that's so good that it'll make your mouth water.
Hmm?
Food that's so good it'll make you happy, Cole.
Food is the only time that Cole is even close to happy.
Cole, what if I cooked for you and this whole crew right now with whatever you've got inside of here, and I convinced that captain of yours to let you go?
Cole would not break this guy's legs.
You don't have to break his legs.
I appreciate that, mate.
Cole knows I don't have to break his legs.
Cole, you don't have to break his legs. There'll be legs later to break.
Captain won't be happy with Cole.
Fuck the captain.
I'd pick you up by your neck.
Cole, it's not literal. I just meant he's being a jerk to you. Bad.
Guy set you down. Captain saved my life.
How?
Give me fish.
Giving a man a fish is not the same as teaching a man to fish, Cole.
Teach. Cole knows no teach.
I'll teach you to fish. I'll teach you whatever you want, Cole.
I fish just fine.
Good fisher.
Good fisherman.
I owe my life to Captain.
Well, he owes you 182 gold pieces.
Big money. It's at this time, actually, Finn, that you begin to feel a little defeated, and you decide that you need to probably retreat back to your cabin.
No way. I go to the deck and just start playing banjo.
You need to retreat somewhere, and you go up to the top to play banjo.
In the crow's nest.
Cole goes
I
back
want
to
to
sleep.
hear this banjo.
And Cole goes back to sleep. You can sense that, like, for whatever reason, he doesn't necessarily want to just give up on everything that he has. It's the only thing that he does have. Now, might I ask, what is your motivation in singling out Cole out of among the entire crew to all of a sudden be your BFF?
I can feel a lonely heart. Yolanda guides me. She says to me that there is saving in this man. There's more to him than meets the eye. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep. Because I'll be missing Cole. And I don't want to miss a thing.
Oh. Someone's
All
getting
right.
breakfast made for
Man
him.
crush.
It's only a
Halfway
mere
crush.
few days until the
You're
ship...
mixing it? Cole, what is wrong with you? You don't put monster in beer.
I drank all the beer. No beer. Only monster.
It's a few days later that actually you begin to make your way towards Waterdeep. Over the last couple of weeks, the climate has taken a terrible turn for the worse. It happens to be in early winter, although the captain in the meantime has told you that it is one of the worst on the records.
Why does he even want to talk to me anymore? I'm trying to take Cole away.
You asked in the meantime.
Hey, does it seem kind of cold here? I'm from Chol.
It's one of the worst winters on record that we have. Terrible times are afoot. I can only say that perhaps it foretells some terrible misfortune in the future.
It's gotten very ominous.
Aye, those of the sea learn to read the signs of the world around them. Bundle up, boy. There's not much that's going to save you once you leave this ship. Though I can't speak for the horrors that would await you had you stayed.
There's no horse here.
Not that kind of... Never mind. The ship continues on for a couple of days. Eventually you begin to make your way to Waterdeep.
Like every day I'm pressuring Cole. I'm like, come on, Cole. Just come out to the captain and tell him that you want your money and that you want to leave.
Roll persuasion. DC's 15.
Cook that bad boy
Oh,
a meal.
I wish I could. That would have been like the real spot. My last day, I cook a meal for Cole.
No, don't go last day. just on the journey.
Yeah, it's too late for that.
Oh man.
It's die.
Oh god. When I cook, I have to fucking do it.
Just roll it, man.
Making a grilled cheese sandwich.
This isn't the last up.
It's 11.
Cole does not.
You burnt
Feel-
the fish.
I didn't even get a chance.
No. That's it. Cole's not
Too many
buying
bones.
it.
Hey, it's D&D.
Yeah.
Roll with it.
Roll with it.
I guess you're not coming with us, Cole.
Yes,
You brought a backup
I
backup
guess.
character, right?
Burnt fish, am I right?
So,
See ya, Felicia. Enjoy your fish. I've got bigger fish to fry.
Oh man, not with that roll.
I hate you. No, actually.
I guess I make my way to where I'm supposed to meet Grim.
Well, no, because you're on a boat.
I thought you said we're at the...
No, we're not there yet.
You're approaching the city, I said.
It's a few of the last
Look,
days,
the
man.
viewers are listening. They've all got their notepads out. They're keeping notes. And
That's right.
yeah. Come on, get with it.
Yeah,
So,
Or viewers.
the ship, the Widowed Marrow, pulls up towards the port of Waterdeep. And being a very harsh winter to begin with, although it is still early in the season, the dock and much of the bay is actually very frozen. It's very hard for ships to come through. They have various magical means and other ships with iron prows in order to try and break up the ice to allow the occasional ship that does make its way in. But not a whole lot of ship traffic comes through at this time of year. And this is when the Widowed Marrow begins to pull into port. Here to deliver its goods as well as any crew and travelers who may be making their way to the city of Waterdeep. Now, it pulls into port and immediately
Widowed
is
Marrow?
the Widowed Marrow.
What a
Widowed
fantastic
Marrow.
name.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Like a fish?
No, a marrow.
No, marrow.
Like
Like
bone
inside your
marrow.
bone.
No, I meant like the fish.
No,
Like a bird.
No.
Not everything is fish.
Marrow?
Tell that to
Marrow.
Cole.
Which part is the fish? Marrow?
You guys are embarrassing me in front of Chris Parkins.
That's totally getting clipped. That's getting clipped and directly to tweet it to Chris Pickens.
Oh, you're embarrassing.
I hope that it does. I would do anything to attract some of his attention, if only for a second.
He's like, oh, he's too clingy. Just
We
like,
have to read on
Ban. This is a marrow.
Ah.
Bam! Right there. Marrow. It's in the Monster Manual.
M-E-R.
Page,
Next to Merfolk.
page 219. Look at him in all of his... This is my Monster Manual.
That's
Long
okay. That's weird because
goddamn's
like,
a
I
little
know I have an alliance with the.
Let me guess, it's on the front of the ship
Yeah.
too.
And yes, that was a very well marked page on UNT.
I fell
That
out.
was that was relevant last
Look,
time.
my monster manual is very well traveled.
Yeah,
For real.
this is true.
It is seriously just disintegrating.
Sorry,
at the seams.
Okay, so
No, this is session 0,
I can't
right?
roll.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
can't
is
roll for
beautiful.
shit.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Well, you failed cold direct.
This is where we are
Talk
allowed
with
to.
Captain, don't need to die, bro.
Yeah.
this is my
No.
Kraken die. They
Hey.
will never fail me.
Hey.
I like being a level 1 bard.
No more
Dude.
product placement for the next 5 minutes. Allow me to paint you a picture.
Product
I shall set the scene.
Kraken.
Yeah.
Did you say Kraken?
He did.
Dutch Brother
I didn't say
Jameson,
he
Jim
said.
Beam.
The Widow de
Uh,
Marrow.
Hey, you know that
Sorry.
place you love? We called all the goofy shit on the walls.
I'm listening.
The Widow de Marrow pulls into port. Port side up to dock, pulled aside. A couple of the crew leap off with ropes and tow cables in line. They pull you up, and you're right upside to the dock anchor and tied into place. At this point, a small crew, very small, because it is frigid. It is a very cold time of year. Cold enough for salt water in the bay to be freezing up into places. That this crew begins to kind of take stock, prep things, get a crane in place and everything to unload any goods and merchandise that might be in the area. The ward workers, the watermen begin to prepare the site. Whereas the foreman of these men kind of comes up. You see that he's got a book, a leaflet of pages, and he's flipping through, and he happens to have a quill of some sort, probably magical in origin, so as to not ever run out of ink. And he immediately begins taking stock of, like, this is the Widow de Marrow, here, blah, 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 blah. And that's when the captain comes down. The foreman of the watermen. All right. Please speak your business here. The captain comes down. This is my crew, right? This is the things we've got here. What do you need from me? How can I be of the greatest cooperation to the city of Waterdeep? Well, I'm gonna have to ask you. Goods, services, name of everyone on board. I need absolute descriptors of everyone, as well as how much they are paid. And that's exactly when the captain kind of takes a nervous stance. Yeah, I will be happy to get you all of those things. Cole! Bring the manifest! Everything will be in order, as I assure you.
I'm just watching from the side of the boat.
Cole goes into the captain's quarters and literally picks the very first piece of paper up off his desk. Doesn't even matter what it is. I have no idea what a manifest is.
The secret message.
And I run as fast as I can down. Here, Captain!
With the papers that you gathered up haphazardly.
Yeah.
He hands them over.
Manifest!
The captain, like, his eyes widen. The manifest, boy. I said manifest.
Manifest!
Well, no, what have you got there? I want to see those. What is that? And he's like, nothing. It's just merely the captain's personal possessions. It's nothing that you need. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. It's just it's a thing, you know. It's
This captain.
The captain's struggling.
It's
the
fine.
captain's struggling.
It's my diary. This strikes you as like the furrow of your brow. Immediately, the foreman sees it, and he's like, "I think it would be best if I have a look at those papers there." And he snatches them. He's like, "No, this looks to be in order. It looks like here. I'll see. I've seen everything I need to see. Do you have any idea how much trouble you're about to be in, Captain Ingleston? What's your name?"
Cool.
That's what I thought I heard. Isn't that right, Mr. Ingleston? Cole, go get the ship ready to leave. If you could, just get everything ready. I don't think we're gonna be staying the night here.
Aye, Captain.
He leans in close to Captain Ingleston, takes a look at his notes, goes over a couple of things, and he says, Captain Ingleston, it appears here that according to your ledger main, you've not been paying that boy. Now I need to let you know something real clear right here and now. Slavery. That's very, very bad here in Waterdeep. We don't tolerate that. Now I'm going to have to insist that so long as you are within our port, if you're going to unload any of your provisions and merchantables, you're going to need to pay that boy. Or I'm going to have to ask that you release him from your service. Well then, you put me in a bit of a tight spot. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, you hear every word.
You didn't pay him for 5 years.
Shut your mouth!
He owes him like 182 gold.
The foreman is like 200.
Oh.
Captain goes back on ship. Finds you. You're down underneath in the hold, getting the crates ready to be loaded up in the netting.
Crying. He is.
No, I promised myself that.
Hey, you guys, I hear he's crying.
Promise you wouldn't cry.
Are we ready to go?
No, Cole. No. No, Cole. We are not ready to go. In fact,
He's lassying you.
shut up, you. You're not there.
I can hear it from upstairs. And just
He comes down.
Kicking you out.
Cole, my boy. Cole,
What?
by my name as Captain Hjalvar Ingleston. I swear to you, boy, I never meant you no harm. I only wanted to give you the best.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I know. When are we leaving?
It's you, Cole. You're leaving.
What? Captain, why?
Cole, I'm afraid to see you out here. They said you're not allowed to be a sailor no more.
Ah! I slam shit against the walls.
Grabs like a whole barrel of balls, like slams him against the wall.
Think Frankenstein?
Timber shatters, crates smash, and everything. It's like, Cole!
Ah!
Oh, damn it, Cole! What did I say? Cole, the things that we have on the ship, they are very valuable. I told you that on your very first day.
Who said I can't be sailor?
Cole, that dwarven ale, they don't like it shook up.
Dwarven ale.
Ah, sorry.
Cole,
Yeah.
Dwarven ale.
that short little man. That
Little?
halfling.
Little?
Yeah, like the half man.
Yeah.
He told you the truth, Cole. Well, I owe you. I owe you big. And I can't pay up. And I'm afraid that just go. Go.
I'm begging you.
Go?
Go make a real life for yourself there, Cole.
Get out of here, Cole. I don't need you
He
anymore.
takes you, he kind of shoves you a little bit, brings you up to the top. He immediately comes over and grabs the halfling by the shirt. He's like, come here, you! Come here! He kind of,
I need an adult.
he pushes you off the side of the ship. He reaches forward, he grabs your tiny little hand, and he grabs Cole, and he's like, right.
Ah! You say I can't be sailor!
No, Cole. No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. It's that man there.
No, Cole.
Cole.
No.
Cole.
Cole, no.
It's the law of the land.
Don't.
We came to a land, and you don't fight the law here. Cole, you know me. You know me. I'm a good man.
Cole, he paid you, right?
You shut your mouth.
You still owe him 182 gold.
Look,
Paid it
the
right.
debt's will be made.
No, that you pay it now. You pay now. You pay now.
Well, listen here.
No, you listen here and us.
What'd you do?
I gently slap him with my little halfling hand. It's more awkward than anything. It's like jump in the air and just like
Getting slapped by a 2-year-old.
Did he even move?
no, he doesn't even like move. Just like
Cole might attack.
The
Oh shit.
doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt.
the foreman.
Cole might attack. Hold on.
No, not cool. It's fine.
You need to do right by this boy.
The water worker foreman is like going over his paperwork. Like, I want to be sure that there's not a law against this. I'm just looking it over.
I start playing. This guy
No,
is
stop
not
that.
paying
No,
his
stop
sailor.
that! Stop it! Stop it! Stop
He's
it!
not
Stop
paying
it!
his crew.
Stop it! Stop
They're
it!
not gonna be able
No, I think you should
to
listen to the
make
foreman.
ends meet because he's a Jew.
You should
dude.
listen. And we're banned from YouTube. And Twitch
Whoa.
and everything.
Whoa.
I
We
mean,
apologize.
I did.
I'm sorry, I meant
For the last
douche.
5 seconds for
Yeah,
rest.
sorry about
Yeah,
that.
absolutely
Anyways.
did not.
Seriously
I did
caught up
not-
in the moment.
Did not create that NPC. That was not me. I told you to stop it.
You
Stop
had your
it.
disclaimer. He did it.
Sorry about that,
Disclaimer
guys.
moment.
I was not trying to be a dick.
Do not believe in that. Anywho, moving on.
Now, dick wizards. That's a
That's a different story.
So, Cole, very confused, is standing, like, taking steps off of the ship, like, not knowing what to do.
Cole, it's a brand new opportunity for you. You're gonna make a good life for yourself out there. This is the city of Waterdeep.
Yeah, it'd be better if he had a little bit of gold in his pocket.
It is a splendor of the Sword Coast. Now, I specifically heard that this halfling was willing to pay for you.
No,
I did. I heard it.
no, you didn't hear
Cole,
anything.
who are you going to trust? The captain who fed you for 5 years?
Cole, if I'm supposed to feed you for 5 years,
Now
then
listen to me. Listen to me. And you listen
I'm
well.
gonna need that 200, 100,
This lad-
200 gold, you know?
This lad has been like a son, alright?
A son that you won't pay.
This lad dove into the ocean to save me from man-eating sharks.
And you still won't pay him? Look, you need,
It's
to
a
do,
family
you
business.
need to do right by Cole.
It's a family
and
business.
give him the money that he deserves.
I have nothing more of it. I'll wash my hands of the situation.
You can't just wash
I'm
your
done.
hands of the situation. You're a
I'm
pirate.
done.
There's no soap on this fucking base.
He worked for the food in his belly.
I got soap.
He worked for the food in his belly.
Finn,
He turns his back to you.
Finn,
Cole, he's
Stop.
screwing you
Stop.
over.
Cole knows.
Cole, he didn't raise you, and he ain't your dad.
Stop. Cole knows.
Cole, you always know?
Let's go. Let's go.
Next
It's a-
time I see you, Cole's gonna be a real success.
It's a,
You're gonna be begging him for money.
The foreman continues going over his notes. He's like, it appears here that you've got some sort of shipment here that is missing. I see that. Really? Shipping in 500 gallons of dwarven ale, and I don't see that on your manifest. You're some sort of smuggler or something. What's really going on here? You're not paying your crew. You're not listing the things you're selling on a manifest. We don't tolerate this lawlessness within Waterdeep. And a particular rock gnome overhears all this. You see a familiar face. You think that you need to step in all of a sudden, and that your expertise might be very appropriately applied here in order to possibly modify some manifests. And so Grim Timbers arrives on the scene.
You guys see a short, very thin, gray-skinned gnome begin to approach. He's got a pair of glasses on that look very suspect. And he's got on a hat, and it almost looks like there's some, like, etching or something around the band, but you can't quite catch it in the light. He's wearing a curious little strip of cloth down the front of his jacket, and he has the most like arcane looking robes that you've ever seen. They don't look like, when I say arcane, I don't mean wizard like, I mean like they are strange. They look like they're out of place. And it unbuttons from the front. Right now it is unbuttoned. And he comes walking up and he approaches the foreman and he says, "Hey there, Kevin. How you doing tonight?" On the job, I see.
Grim Timbers, what is it that you come here for?
Well, I overheard the argument that you and...
Look, Grim, it was a rhetorical question. In all honesty, I really...
Finn, I'm talking with the adult. If you could just... This isn't Vinland, Finn. Just hang on.
You know him.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that one bit. Look, Finn, you and I got a long history going back, and I'm not so sure I want to hear it.
What are you looking at there?
Look, I'm looking at the ship's manifest. It looks here that the captain was trying to make extra coin. Can't say I blame him in this day and age, but rules is rules.
And in this, I heard a little argument about some back pay. Is that...
It's true.
Hi, Finn.
Grant, it's true.
It's true?
Yeah, it's totally true.
Do you mind if I take a look at the documents? Maybe this is just one big misunderstanding.
Captain Hjalmar Iverson. He's like, no, I think it's a totally good idea. Let's let him have a good look at everything that we've got, and Timbers is a longtime friend of mine. Timbers.
You know Timbers too.
I do. Oh, Timbers and I go way back, all the way to that time that we narrowly escaped the island of Immobile.
Quit your lying, Captain.
Yeah.
You know I created the documents for you to get the...
That's right. We used the paper crane.
That's right.
To forward the message. And that Timbers here has the
You
true
had some
manifest.
inheritance troubles with your ship.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's right.
Timbers.
And I helped you with the paperwork.
Timbers, if you could please procure the papers, I will get you your payment.
So I take a look at it and I start flipping through it and paying special attention to this dwarven ale, and I put my glasses down on my nose and I'm like,
What does it say on the ale?
what does it say on the ale?
Yeah, what clan?
Actually, it's some pretty good ale. It says the Beholder Beater clan. And I'm like,
Those dicks.
I think I see what's going on here. Captain, it almost appears as if with this missing ale that you have here, I see what happened. 2 of these barrels belong to Cole, don't they? For his back pay. Silly you, Captain.
Oh, you got me right there. It's I knew it was a thing there that you just.
I bet if you just have them unload it, we can just solve this disagreement
The foreman,
right now.
right out of your hand. I'll have a look up this and we'll see what we can see.
You changed it already, right? Oh man.
Go ahead and roll a deception check for me.
Can I assist him?
On
Can
your
I-
forgery.
Yeah.
Are you
What do you
assisting?
say?
Yeah, I'll assist him.
It doesn't
How
sound like
do you assist him?
I start playing my music more, like it's even more offensive to people.
Like annoying to hear.
Distraction.
Annoying to listen.
Yep. It's just
So-
like more and more distracting.
So the music right now is like straight up Primus, right?
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, where the bass is the main melody. and-
So I can roll with advantage.
even though it's a banjo.
Go ahead.
19 and a 15 before bonuses.
19 should do it.
Yep.
19
24 after
19
bonuses.
should do it.
Yeah.
He's going over the notes. He's looking at it. The foreman takes a couple looks at from theme to theme and
Eileen, I'm like, see there, Kev, I think you missed that. It's that particular line that I'm trying to...
are you trying to say that it's that line there that's written in very tiny print right in between the 2 other sentences and
This doesn't even look like the same handwriting.
I'm trying.
I'm like, sailors, am I right?
Look
they don't have paper for extra, like marks.
Timbers. But
Kevin.
before I've got to say anything, really, is that, you know what? It's my Friday. I ain't got a lot of time for this. I'm on to you. I know what you're doing. Frill, you know what? I'm done. Right? Okay, you're paid. You're not getting on that ship again. No, don't you me, alright? I've got 150 men in the city watch who would be here with a snap of a finger.
Not gonna attack you.
Right? You take your shady little merchandising out of here, right? Your little, you know what? Your business is shorter than you are. You're not going to make it much longer in this town. The city watch is on to you. I swear, Timbers, your days are marked. And you, I don't even know you. I've known you all of 2 minutes.
Shit, eating Graham.
I've known you all of 2 minutes, and I've hated every one of them. Get out of here.
That's deep.
Go.
All right, I guess we'll take our 4 barrels, right, and go.
2.
3.
2.
3.
Oh, I'm the...
7.
You there, friend Cole? Maybe grab those 2 barrels. They're yours now, my friend.
Cool.
Not looking at the captain, I look at the dock worker warden, and I look at him.
Get out of here.
I point to the barrels.
I don't give 2 shites. Load them up on your back, you bloody brute. I don't care.
I walk up and I carry both of them down the plank, back off, and down the dock, and I just start walking. I can only carry one.
It's the good shit, Cole. Not that fucking Baldrim crap.
Everything must be accounted for in my ledger. Get out of here. My patience is shorter than you are.
Grim, what should we do?
Oh, my patience is shorter than him too. You get out of here, you skedaddle.
Come along now.
All right, Grim.
Finn Littleman, you're a little gnome, and you're a little halfling in a big city.
From far away, as you guys walk away, you hear like, "Your days are marked, Grim."
Yes. So Cole is walking down the dock with these 2 giant kegs and pretty much nothing else. No items, no nothing. And then 2 little, a gnome and a halfling skitter up the dock towards him.
Cole,
And this
would you
is
like to
a-
see something cool? And I mean cool. Just hang tight.
Grim, it's been so long.
Settle in.
It's been a year.
And I start performing a ritual, and I summon an unseen servant. Let me help you with one of those, my friend.
10 minutes. You're fine. You want me to hold it?
It's a test of endurance, my friend.
It's a test.
I have a
I don't stop
set
for
of
you to
particular
complete your
skills
fucking
that make
ritual.
me a nightmare.
Cole does not stop walking.
Fine, I cast the spell. Just for the sake of impressing Cole. And when I do, the little runes that you thought you seen on my tie and hat light up with an arcane magic, and I pull out this weird little staff that has a beholder beater on the end of it. And I'm like, eh. And I cast the unseen servant spell and take one of the casks.
Mm-hmm.
And now we just have a cask floating along invisibly next to us.
I set the other one down, and I look at 2 of you.
Cole, I'm sorry about
Nah! Shut up.
Don't hurt yourself.
Cole only has ale now.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I know a place. It's not the best place in town. There's other places. There's a good place, Yawning Portal, been there. We're not going there yet, but there's a place that I know. They're gonna love this stuff.
He's got a plan.
The elite of, well, you know, the captain, big owner of ship, big boss. Okay, I know people like Captain. Lots of money, lots of fish. Right? Yeah, lots of fish. So we'll trade beer for lots of fish. Yeah?
I could cook that fish for you.
Right?
Cool.
It's a tiny hand.
Okay, yeah. Wait. Yeah. Let's go. We'll take you there. And
Fan.
pretty ladies. Grim. Try again.
I shoulder the barrel and I follow you.
Okay. And
There you
so
go.
we're gonna head to where I know Sunday is at.
As you are making your way down the street, Sunday, it's winter. It's very cold. It is a harsh winter indeed. And as a harsh winter, that means very few ships come through. And taking a little bit of your pastime away, you've kind of grown bored and found little ways to divert your attention and distract yourself in the slow season.
Okay.
Very, very few ships are willing to take on someone who is shanghaied, and even fewer in the dead of winter.
Right.
As such, you are in a coach, as many coaches and carriages are able to be rented for per mile or hour or whatnot,
Okay.
and it is enclosed enough that you don't feel the biting cold of the weather. And so you sit and you wait, and the coach keeper keeps tabs on how much you're going to owe him at the end of the night.
Okay.
Whereas this particular moment, you had been listening in on an argument and watching a farce ensue upon the docks. And you see two people disembark and leave the ship behind, seemingly leaving the rest of the crew. It is suspicious to you. This isn't the kind of thing that the crew would be doing right away. Nobody would have leave right away. Not even a captain would leave right away on this sort of thing, as they're doing all of their logistics and business. And so you can only assume that these two are just hapless travelers who probably have no name, no identity, and no history within the city. And they look like easy marks. And then you spy him, Grim Timbers. Bit of a history between your family and him. You've never really exchanged many words on your own, but you know who he is, and he knows who you are. And you think to yourself, man, wouldn't it be great to remove that thorn from your family's side?
More like a pebble in your
I do
boot.
think
But
that sometimes.
got you.
And so, all of a sudden, as you're fancying up all of these fantastic ways that you could make a few coin after getting rid of all
Right.
three of them, you realize they're walking straight for you, and you think your job is halfway done. And here they come.
Okay.
So we're approaching a coach.
Mhm.
He's in a coach.
Yeah, you
Oh,
happen
she-
to know
she-
exactly
sorry.
where Sunday is.
Oh. I recognize her coach.
Step out the scene for just a second. You do.
Okay. Oh,
Finn, we're approaching Sunday in a
No, I
coach.
get it.
how fortuitous.
I catch it, Cole. Okay.
Mhm.
That was not him doing character.
I
Cole,
understand, Cole.
this is a coach. It's like a ship on the ocean, but it's like a ship on the land.
Shut up!
Drawn by horses.
Shut up.
Favorite word.
Shut up.
Okay.
Cole, you just stepped in the biggest piece of shit. Like, you even feel that between your toes? It's cold.
It's hard.
Where do we sell the ale?
One sec.
Fucking sell.
Let me.
Damn it!
Big city already. You're soaking it up, Cole. You're doing good. I walk up and knock. Hello. Good evening. Grim Timbers.
Who's out there? It's cold.
Grim Timbers.
Unexpected cold night, afternoon, whatever.
Yeah.
Grim.
Yep. Grim. Yeah.
I've seen you.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of you.
May we speak face to face? Would you mind opening the door? Or drawing the curtain, perhaps?
I'll open it. I'll open the curtain.
Anyways,
What was that about? What?
So,
anyways, Sunday. Hi.
yeah.
I want to say something.
Hi.
I'm sneaking beer off the back.
We have something that we would like to sell, and I was thinking maybe
Okay.
that you're, you're friends with the owner of the Lucky Dragon.
I've known them my whole entire life.
That's what
It's
I
my
thought.
godfather.
That's what I thought. I thought so, and they're struggling a bit, aren't they? They're not doing. I feel like some of their paperwork came across my desk a few weeks ago.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm glad you asked. We, and by we I mean he, has some good beer from a faraway isle of Vinland, right?
The best.
Vinland's best.
I see Finn. I'm like, oh, he's so cute.
Hello.
Starting to understand why Cole grunts every now and then. This is
Hi,
Finn
big fella.
Littlemint.
How you doing?
This is Cole. And we have some beer we'd like to sell to your friends, the owners of the Lucky Dragon Inn, at a very fair price. If we could just have an introduction, I think that would maybe be all that we need. Are you busy?
Well, you say your name is Grim?
Grim Timbers, at your service.
Grim Timbers.
That's right.
You know, I've heard a few rumors about you, and...
All true.
Okay.
Well, wait, what have you heard?
I've heard basically from my father, and I've actually watched you. You've been following me, and I've noticed that.
What?
And I was warned through my brother from my father to keep an eye on you as well. For some reason. I have no clue why, but...
So then it is you who's been watching me.
Apparently we've been watching each other. Why are you watching me?
Grim gets serious for a minute, trying to understand if Sunday is like putting on some act or if she actually knows. And for now, he decides that she has no idea. And he says, maybe you know of me through my dealings with different bankers and moneylenders around the city. Perhaps your father is one. I don't know.
Maybe.
What is that? History? What are you rolling?
Deception? It's not good.
What's your passive insight?
I whispered to Cole, he's lying.
Insight plus 10.
Sell the spear.
He's trying.
Or it's 10.
I set it down.
We drink a little bit?
Yeah.
No.
So you know that I 100% know that your dad's a banker and that you're his
Yeah.
daughter because I totally
Right.
blew that. So
You did.
you know, but I don't give it. I don't give it away. Like,
I just kind of like...
you and I
okay,
both
whatever,
like
okay.
we both know that did not go over well. But I ain't saying nothing. And I'm like, so about this beer, maybe we could all retire to somewhere much warmer. It's very cold out here, and I like put the collar up on my duster.
You know, I'll give you a chance against my better decisions of what I've been told, but let's go do this.
Cole, is it roomy in there? Take a look. I
Can
can't
it-
quite see.
Can we taste this beer?
Where?
In the
Can
coach.
we taste it?
Look inside.
Okay.
We're too short.
I've already set the beer down, so I take a step on the coach, and the coach goes.
Hey,
I look in. It's a coach.
Is it big enough for all of us?
No.
Does he have spatial awareness? I mean,
No, I was gonna ask for a ride.
oh, well, aren't we?
Barrels.
Let's go.
They go on top, Cole.
He can go on the back. He can hang on the back, right?
There's a coach on the back, Cole.
So I lift the barrel up and I set it on top of the coach.
I direct the unseen servant to do the same.
Then we'll go to the tavern that you mentioned.
May we join you in the coach?
Come on in.
The driver is like,
I walk up to the horses and I
I'm not paying for it.
I just kind of check them out, do a little animal handling. Are they happy? What's going on with them?
I don't know, what's your animal handling?
Not great.
They are indeed horses.
They're horses, they have blinders, and they are cold. And the driver is like, buddy, hey, over here. Yeah, business end is up here. They just pull the wagon.
I give him the I'm about to fuck you up look.
Yeah, whatever. You ain't from around here, are you?
I walk back to the coach, and I just kind of hold on to the outside. Put
Like
a
a
step up.
fireman?
Put a step on the on the little ledge, and I just step on and hold
What
on
was
it.
the
I
name
don't
of that
have
tower?
any interest in getting on the inside of
As,
it.
as you walk by the captain or the driver, he's like, "Hey, Waterdeepians, we're made of a little bit sterner stuff than that. Only things we fear are wizards and nobles, and only when we don't piss them off."
Whatever.
Whatever yourself, man.
Whatever you so.
Hey Cole, can you take a step to the left so I can get up? I jump up on the little like step. I kind of crawl in.
Tell the driver to go to that. My family friends in tavern.
What tavern was
What
that?
was the name of it? You said it.
The Lucky Dragon, I believe.
That works.
You don't know the name of your own family's?
Lucky dragon. Lucky dragon.
Lucky Dragon.
Right. Okay. Alright.
To the Lucky Dragon, driver.
Alright, hold on. Here we go. Cart moves on, rails on, and rattles across the stones. The streets of Waterdeep are very thick in ice and snow. Only a few coaches and a few very brave people ever come out at this time. This is probably the most quiet. This is definitely the most quiet that Waterdeep ever is. Only a couple of people. As you proceed through the streets, going around corner, turning alley and whatnot, you pass a couple of people here and there going about business. Here on the waterfront side in the docks district, it's very rundown. This is the most rundown part of Waterdeep. You see that they have lanterns and that there is a guild that maintains a continual flame within these lanterns. However, the glass is usually broken or stolen out. The candles of continual flame are very often stolen as well. It's run down. Windows are boarded up. Street signs to shops don't exist. The only people who are here know exactly where they are going, or they have no idea where they are and are prime marks for a pickpocket. Again, you only pass a couple of people who look like they know exactly where they're going. One particular thing that does stand out as a kind of a moment of your trip to remember is that there is a trio of children. You see a tiefling, a young pale girl taller than the rest, a tiefling and a girl much skinnier, and one shorter, kind of more heavy set child. And the three of them are throwing snowballs back at one another, laughing. And as they see your cart pass by, you see the girl round up a real big snowball.
I get ready to catch it.
And she throws a... And it's a gnarly throw.
Yeah, Cole tries to catch it.
Go ahead. Oh, well, she didn't roll too well. What is your dexterity? Roll a dex save against me.
Oh, he falls.
Oh, so she beats you as you go to catch this snowball. Not being experienced with snowballs itself, it passes through your fingertips and into your face. You see that she pulls out like this little wooden sword and she's like,
That's funny.
the smaller,
As the
more,
cart goes on.
the smaller, more plump child has like a little stuffed animal that looks like an owl bear and a wand, and he's like, and the other one with a bow and arrow that are also toys, and they're like, real heroes we are today, we got them, and they kind of
Nice.
scurry down the alleyways and disappear.
I'll give a little giggle.
For the most part, though, the rest of your journey is very, very uneventful. As you move away from this particular spot, you come to a tiny shop here in this district. Most of the shops and inns here are havens for the less desirable. Although it is not the most crime-ridden district, it had that reputation in the past that has been passed on to the field district, I believe. Now, this district here is still not the greatest by far. Many of the inns charge per hour. The beer is watered down. The tenants are some of the hardest working and also the most desperate of the denizens of Waterdeep. The hardest working and the most impoverished. And you come to this tiny little hole in the wall that looks like it is raking in as much coin as it possibly can from the people who come here merely to binge drink and forget the fact about their worldly woes. The cart stops, unloads. Driver looks back to you, hand open.
I'll pay him. How much?
How much do you pay him?
I'll give him
What do you
a whole gold piece.
Oh.
piece? He looks at you,
Oh.
kind of frowning.
If you want more, you get it from these freeloaders. I'll pay you for mine.
No, I think not there. Miss Plenty. I know who you are.
Yeah, everybody knows me.
Driver, surely the Sunday Plenty family has a tab that you can put this on.
Right, no, right. They have a reputation. A reputation for not necessarily paying what they owe. Miss Plenty. Surely you've got plenty in your pocket there?
I like chortle a little, like.
All right, I'll give him another one. And I'll say that's all you're getting.
Meh. I guess it's a little bit
Yeah.
more than most business owners can hope
Always.
to acquire from your family.
Especially this time. You're lucky.
Be on my way. Best of times to you.
cold day.
Always a pleasure.
We take our barrels off first.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't much wait for you, so you kind of have to like frantically panic as he starts pulling away and you're on the wagon still. And the barrels come off, you have them in hand. Ready and set, you make your way into this particular rundown establishment. The windows are boarded up. The shack itself is not really... to say that it is a shack is generous. This particular
Right.
establishment looks more like termites holding hands. And you make your way in. You see that there are very few people in here. They look like they are heavily into their cups. And there's one particular bartender, a large scar across the face this way, underneath his mouth, an eye patch, and a missing arm.
Oh my god.
My
like-
pat's in a missing arm.
I'm like,
Where have we heard that before?
I'm like upset. I'm like, why did you took us to the Lucky Dragonkin Tavern? This is a dump. They're never gonna spend the money on this beholder beater beer
Uncle
that
B.
it deserves.
Uncle B. Aunt B.
Ugh.
Aunt B. Right?
I guess we could figure it out. Oh yeah, Aunt B.
What is this hole in the wall you brought us to?
Aunt B.
Grim?
I've only been here a year, Finn. It's been hard, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of glad to see
I may
you,
have some
actually.
tasty beverage for you.
We've got tasty. Well, he's got.
Well, I'm taking a bite right now.
I grab the barrel that I have and I stack it, and I grab the other
Come
one
check
out
this
of,
out, Aunt
out
B.
of the unseen serpent's hand, and I stack it on top of the other one. And I say, "You negotiate," and I sit down next to the barrels outside in the snow, and I sit, brooding.
Oh, okay. So, these are worth like 50 gold pieces, right? A piece. He really screwed you over with that.
This is famed Beholder Beater clan beer. You should be able to sell it for at least 10 gold over market value.
Yeah, that's like, with this much amount, that's probably about 200 gold. 100 a piece.
How much gold do you think he needs?
He needs at least 200.
All right. Oh,
That's what he's deserved. That's what he was owed by that captain.
all right. So, maybe we sell it by the cup.
How are we going to drum up business?
Finn, you have a musical instrument and a voice from the
No.
gods.
I wanted to know how.
What?
Okay?
You're gonna sing business into existence. You're gonna make a grand spectacle of yourself, and when everyone comes over to see what's happening, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, famous Beholder Beater clan beer here." What are
So
they
while
gonna
they're
do?
negotiating what they're doing, I'll go and quietly talk
To your Uncle B.
to my Uncle B.
So, can I do this?
Grim. I don't
Doesn't
think you
work.
expect to see me.
You tried.
Yeah, I tried.
It's,
No, you-
it's shocking to be sure.
it's like stuff
You
in
don't
there.
seem very shocked, Grim.
You got
Well,
the
my name
fingers
is
hanging on the
Grim,
end.
Finn. I can't just betray a bunch of emotion because I feel it. How do you think I'll ever be a giant, powerful?
I can't
well, I'll
just
never
show
be giant.
emotions because I feel them, Grim.
What do you think this is? This is Waterdeep. This is not Vinland. It's scary here. Okay, you're gonna learn that real fast. Did you bring me a present?
You laugh, you cry.
I did bring you a
laugh
present.
some more.
But you didn't even ask what. Do you even know what day it is, Grim?
Yeah, it's my name day.
Yeah,
Yeah, my birthday.
I got you this.
What'd you get? What?
What?
Tupperware container.
Hang on. Are these what I think they are?
Artifact.
Well, I got you the cake. It's the one that's in the middle, but
What?
Is this the cake?
yeah.
Nice. I like make a candle in it.
I got him inside the car if I'd grab it.
Now, these have been on a ship for 2 months.
That has been on the ship for 2 months ago. You should be okay.
The cookies are fresh.
It's been in a box, like avoiding water the whole time. Really never left Finn's side.
So there's a few things you guys don't know about my buddy Finn. He is a good cook, and even though it's been on the ship for like 2 months, I bet it's as good as the day that it, was baked. And it is. It is that good. I'm glad you're here, Finn, because it's been rough. The vents send you with another stupid mission.
Yeah, totally.
Why are you lying to me?
I'm not lying.
That's the sound people make when they lie.
God damn it.
See, Finn, why are you lying to me?
Same thing you rolled.
11.
I'm really enjoying this cake, and you're just gonna go and lie. Why are you here?
See you. Finland's not the same. I don't have my buddy anymore. All the dwarves are just...
Dicks, I know.
No. They just... They don't get it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like them. I'm not a cleric.
I know.
I'm not a warlock.
Yeah. You bake. It's different for you, I know, Finn. But Roy, Vinland is way better than this place, trust me. I mean, trust me. Look around. And I, look over at some dude, hacking in the corner and drinking some gross liquid. That's Tim. He won't leave me alone.
Is that blood?
I know him.
Grim,
That's not just some
you
guy.
okay over there, Tim?
Grim,
Need a tissue?
how are you going to complete the mission?
Hi, Tim.
I just kind of go,
Grim,
Tim.
What?
how are you going to complete the mission?
God. Please don't talk about the mission, Finn.
Tim, these guys got some good beer, not the cheap shit.
He'll be okay.
What's this fucking shit?
light bulb goes off
right
and-
here.
Sunday's head. I know a captain who needs another
So-
first mate.
Maybe we should try selling Cole's beer. He's probably getting cold outside. We could talk about the mission later. So, leaving
wants
Tim
to
to
go.
his fate, Finn and I approached the barkeep.
Uncle B.
Uncle B.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I better let you do the
Godfather.
talking, Finn.
Why, hello there,
So I
sir.
told my uncle what you guys got going on. So I'm gonna go over here and see if Tim's okay.
So, you've been talking to Uncle B, and he's just kind of cleaning up the counter a little bit.
Sandpaper rag.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Spit in the glass, wipe it out.
sanding the counter down. It's like, can never get the blood out. It's such a shame. It's sad. It's sad. If I could get the blood out, this place would be huge.
I see that. You know what? I can help you with that. I cast Prestidigitation and get rid of the blood.
Wow.
You got any other ones?
Yeah?
Show me.
Really?
I Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation.
Isn't he cute, Uncle B?
Prestidigitation.
He's so cute.
There. Your face cleans up.
Dirt's
I get
off.
even handsomer.
It was like a 5-minute montage of you just bam, bam, just
It's like
cleaning shit
every
up.
once in a while I
everybody.
see a little bit of glitter.
Mhm.
Wow. Is your name Sham?
Mm.
No. You know, I knew a guy once who could clean like that. His
No,
name
they
was
call
Sham.
me honest. Honest, not sham. Honest.
Honest. Honest, wow.
Mhm.
You're gonna be huge. Huge in this town, I can tell.
Huge.
Yeah, I am.
And I'm not making a short joke.
But don't bump.
I know, people always told me I'd go far. So, I'm here today to sell you something.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah? Oh,
and
yeah.
not my magical talents, of course.
My,
Yeah, because you're giving those away for free, Finn.
my niece, twice removed, she told me this. True story, true. I'm very smart. I got it, okay? I know these things. I mean, people talk about my IQ, and it's like way more impressive than everyone else's IQ.
I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's huge. Huge.
You know, you're really handsome too.
I am. I'm the most handsome. The most handsome. It's sad. Other people, they're not as handsome. It's sad.
Handsome and handy, I bet.
Yeah. Look, it's waving to you.
Hey, my mom lost her arm too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was disintegrated.
Wow.
I bring Cole out a picture of beer, let him know everything's going great.
Why are you here?
So I brought this beer, and it's amazing beer. Like, the greatest beer that you've ever had.
Oh, I bet it's huge. Huge beer, right? Way better than other people's beer.
It sounds a little patronizing there from you, but I'm not lying. This beer won the competition this year.
Really?
It beat out my own clan.
Really?
Yeah. It's made by a group of dwarves called the Beholder Beaters.
Fake news.
You've never heard of the Beholder
No,
Beater clan?
fake news. That's fake news. That's fake news.
You've never heard of the Beholder Beater
I
clan?
told you, though, those a-holes would coin that phrase.
Uncle B, do you mind if I take Tim home?
I hate the beholder beaters.
Hey. Call me by my first name. You can call me Apple. It's fine.
It's always been Uncle to me.
Uncle
No.
Apple?
No.
Uncle B.
No, she calls me Uncle B. But it's fine. It's Apple. Apple B.
Applebee?
Yeah.
So this is Applebee's famous dragons?
That's awesome.
I look around. Seems about right.
Alright, well,
Look,
Uncle Applebee.
have to.
yeah, I've heard.
I'm not a liar.
No, it's
This-
fake. It's fake news. I've heard it.
Have you tried it?
Your beer is fake news.
Have you tried it?
You've heard it.
Here's what's going to happen.
Listen,
Try
Happy
it, Uncle
Eagle
B.
soar over Mirkwood Mountain tops just to try this beer.
Ooh.
There's waterfalls of amber ale where I come from. And happy gnomes in the meadow sing songs of satisfaction for this beer to the whole world. The world.
I don't know about all that.
Fake news.
Okay.
From the misty isles of Vinland. When you said happy gnomes, when you said happy gnomes, he looks over at Graham, and Graham's like,
Happy no.
He's a stone man.
This beer,
Roll persuasion check.
I have no confidence
You roll
in
a
my
six.
perception.
How it works.
If I roll another 6, okay?
do it.
I'm sorry, Kraken die, but you're going into dice check.
No such thing.
17!
Haha, I told you.
Ooh, selling
Plus
that
I have
beer.
to threaten that die.
Yeah, don't put it in that die.
All right.
I will kill you.
All right. I'll give you 100 gold.
This is 400 gold's worth of booze.
Per barrel.
Look outside, guys.
Fake
It's
news.
cold.
It's not fake.
Unusually
Look,
cold.
you're just jealous of my massive intellect. Okay, I can see it.
They had to smuggle this off of Vinland to get it to you.
You know what?
You ever heard of Vinland?
You know what, Finn? Let's just take
You ever
it
heard the rumors of Vinland?
All right.
over to the
look.
tiny tankard like
Look.
we talked about. Because
No,
this
no,
let's just
No. Okay, I'll give you 200. Do not take anything to that dive bar. The tiny
Are you
tankard.
kidding me? Place
Okay.
is a dump.
Alright, but I'm selling this at a loss to you, okay? Like, you have to know that. Like, you have to sell this and get at least double your price back, okay?
No, yeah, I can do that. I'll put water in it.
Did you buy it, Uncle B?
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
You could just sell it at a better price to another bar.
Like, if you really wanted to, we're just not connected enough to know. I mean,
have-
you're taking advantage of us.
Have you seen how many bloodstains are in here?
No, there's none anymore.
My good Uncle Appleby.
No, he's not.
Perhaps I have a solution to this quandary that we find ourselves in. You pay taxes in the good city of Waterdeep, correct?
I will not disclose my tax. I don't pay. No, I don't pay taxes. That makes me smart.
What you pay and when you pay it is your business, sir. But there is an expectation
I'm smarter than
that you pay
Oh,
taxes.
hey, one strawberry cookie.
Is that not right?
They're good.
I'm smart.
You just can't eat one.
I have a huge intellect.
Perhaps I could take a look at your paperwork, and we could make it look like you only bought one barrel. When you gotta pay taxes, it's not gonna be so bad. So maybe that way you don't have to water down this fine dwarven ale.
Graham, it's okay. It's just the Beholder Beater clan. These guys are dicks.
It's Vinland's reputation, Vin.
Graham.
Hey, you didn't
Okay.
pay for that. I'll take that bread out of your mouth.
Those are the cookies I brought.
Yeah, take those cookies in your mouth. I can still sell those.
So if he's willing to...
They didn't buy them.
They crossed the border.
Fake news.
Quick news. If he's willing to not water down the ale, I will cook the books for him to make it look like he only bought one barrel from us.
I'm gonna put no barrels on the books because I'm smart,
Okay. Yeah.
and all the people are jealous of my intellect. It's huge.
Hey, wait.
Huge.
Instead of saying that you bought this from other people, say it's yours. What if you made it?
Yeah, I'll be huge. I'll
Yeah.
be so much more huge than everyone else.
Everybody's gonna be wanting to come and buy your beer.
I'll probably have to build a wall to keep them out.
How about the price that you agreed upon with Finn plus one empty barrel?
200 gold for the beer.
Plus one empty barrel.
Yeah, no, 200. You want what?
One empty barrel.
You want an empty barrel?
Mm-hmm.
What's your game here?
You're smart. You should be able to figure it out.
No, I am smart. Yeah, no.
One empty beer keg.
You and
That's
I.
all we want.
Yeah, you got it.
Plus the gold.
You got it, Kanye. You and I. Huge.
Mhm. That's
Huge.
Come on, Tim,
We're doing huge
sweetheart. I'll
things.
take you home.
It's like,
Come on. Here, take this spittoon.
he
with
gives you 200 gold for the ale. With your persuasion check, it got you the 200. Just trying to play hardball is what he was doing. But you got it. And
Nice.
and you guys pocket that coin,
No, I give it a Cole.
and
It's Cole's back.
Cole pockets that coin.
Then it falls through. 'cause
When
he's
you
got
guys
the
walk out,
pockets.
Cole's doing push-ups in the snow.
Get swole. Go get swole.
Hey, Cole.
Ah, shut up.
Things went great.
Doing push-ups. Did you sell ale?
Yeah.
I stop doing push-ups and I stand up.
Grim, how much did we get?
We got a fair amount of gold. Every bit of your back pay, good sir. 200 fancy gold pieces for you.
You hear from the inside of the tavern, everyone is going to be way jealous. Thank you.
I pick up both the barrels and I walk inside and I give it to the bartender.
Whoa, you're huge. Really huge.
He's yoked, dude.
And you deposit the ale into the tavern.
Are you attached to Tim, Uncle
I walk
B?
out back to these guys.
Carrying Tim out on your arm. He's like half conscious, stumbling, clinging to you, just coughing up blood as he goes.
Careful with that there, Tim.
Oh, God. Does he need medical attention?
I need a cleric or a paladin.
For what?
And we'll get you to one. I'll get you to one.
Can I roll a medical check?
You're a good lass. You're a good lass there. What was your name again? Friday.
Yeah. It's Friday.
And so
Friday chili.
Friday chili.
It is rather cold out.
Is it cold outside?
he's like, So glad to see you. Thank God it's you Friday.
Well, is there
God's
the coach
Friday.
still out there?
No, he's long gone.
Should have paid
So-
him more.
You've all pocketed some coin. You have picked up a drunkard.
How far am I from the dock?
Oh, you guys are still a
You
good
picking
45
him
minutes walking distance
Okay.
through this snow.
So I need to. I'll just walk him around inside.
So perhaps we can sit down and enjoy a drink of this fine dwarven ale.
He's gonna charge us up the ass for it.
Cole's got money.
I'm
At
not
this, pa-
spending Cole's money. He
at
just
this-
earned it.
at this particular moment, Cole, you remember that you actually have a friend, another person who had left your clan and had made her way to Waterdeep. Something from years ago, a good
what was her
6 or
name?
7 years. Her name is Yagra Stonefist.
Yeah, great.
You don't know a whole lot about her.
But
You-
I've seen her in town when I do unloads.
Right. Once or twice, the captain had rarely come to this particular port, but once or twice you had been here, and Yagra had always made an attempt to visit. Being a former clansman of yours, that sounds terrible. Being a former member of your orcish clan,
Tribe
What's wrong with being in a clan, huh?
you already made.
lot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you spit your spoons. No.
No. So you guys come out with the gold.
Apologize for that earlier.
And
but
Cole,
I'm not anti-Semitic.
so you sell the ale then?
Oh yeah, Cole. Come on, baby, we got you.
I thought we handed it to him.
Here you go. Big coin pouch full of gold.
Yeah, Cole, you can buy anything.
All of it?
Oh, absolutely. We did not cheat you, my friend.
No.
I look at it, and it's more gold than I've ever seen. I don't even. I can't count.
All right, Cole. That's
I look
one.
up. Shut up. I look up to Finn. Say, Finn, hold this.
Are you sure?
Yeah, hold this.
All right, Cole.
Let's go. Yasmir?
I expect an accurate image.
Yagra?
Yeah,
I'm watching my gold like it's never meant more to me than my own life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't let anybody bump into me. I don't let anything happen. I'm just literally concentrating on this gold that
And
I have
she-
on me at all
And she's
times.
at a bar that I know of, right?
I hide it inside
Where's
my
she at?
pants so that nobody can find it.
The-
Like, I tie it
the
on the
two-
loop.
The two times that you have been back in Waterdeep previously.
Yagra or Yagira?
Yagra. The two times previously that you had been to Waterdeep and that you had spoken with Yagra, she let you know that she's kind of been... The first time she let you know that she got in with some friends and that she was basically earning coin just by standing in the way of people. And the last time you had been here, she let you know that she had made a few connections and that she hires out her services at a place called the Yawning Portal. And as for anybody who has been in Waterdeep for at least the last week, the last 10 days, everybody knows the Yawning Portal, being the hub of adventurers in Waterdeep. Known for its massive opening in its floor, a hip-high stone wall is all that remains of a tower to a castle that has sunken into the ground. The inn built around it. It now deals its services in ale and food and drink and lodging for adventurers, as well as being able to lower them down into Undermountain by a winch. Most people never return, but the few that do have come back rich as kings.
Hold on. Finn,
Yeah.
you can have all this gold. But
What do you want for it?
shut up. Cole,
Cole, you gotta stop
Shut up.
telling me to shut up.
No,
We're on the same
you
time.
need to quit
team.
interrupting Cole or I'll kill you.
Crush a man's head like sparrow egg.
Okay. Cole will give you all this gold, but I hate to say it, I'm a little cold, and I need a weapon. So make that happen.
I can make that happen.
All right.
No problem, Cole.
You don't need to lower your voice like that.
No, I sound just like this all the time.
Don't do that.
Are you doing a funny? Are you? Finn, what are
Grim,
you
this
doing?
is my real voice, how
Finn,
I talk
stop.
all the time.
Stop it.
Finn, we don't like it.
This is my deep voice, Grim.
The cookies are good, Finn. That's your voice.
No, Grim, this is my voice down here. Where I always talk.
Finn's what's a good.
Cookie monster.
Dungeons and Dragons, known for stolen jokes across all media.
Listen, I know
Look,
of
you're
a
just jealous
blacksmith
of my
nearby,
great gold.
but they don't open till morning.
Alright, well, is there anything you can give him now? I mean...
Being mid-afternoon, you know some terrible blacksmiths.
Oh, it's mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Damn.
Is there any cool
I
orc
thought it was
blacksmiths?
evening
How,
times.
though Grim Timbers does not know of any blacksmiths open at this particular hour. Sunday, you do recall that there is a blacksmith open around this time, and it is Fire and Steam, I believe.
Fire and Steam. Alright.
Isn't that where Tim works? Sonny?
Steam and Steel. You know of a blacksmith
No.
called Steam and Steel.
Tim doesn't work.
Steam and Steel happens to be a blacksmith shop on Troll Skull Alley.
Troll Skull Alley. What do they call
Hey
it?
guys, I
As
know
we
a
show up to it.
blacksmith. Steam and Steel.
Steam and Steel. SNS?
On what, Ellie?
Troll Skull Alley.
It's a little nook kind of alley. There are a few shops on this particular place. A couple of the buildings are old and ran down. One of them
You
used
can
to
walk
look.
from here.
Yeah, you could definitely walk from there.
You just want to check it out?
Yeah, I think. Well, we told
First
Cole
off, hi,
we'd
what are you
get him
guys
some-
doing?
Yeah,
So you're out here in the cold.
Sunday?
he
this
just
is
like dropped him. Whatever, buddy.
Tim did.
Yeah.
Sunday. This is our good pal, Cole.
Face down in the
He's
snow.
big. I like him.
Hi.
Touching you, your arms.
Cole.
Stop.
He's big.
Stop that.
Sunday, this is the lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've met them before.
Have you?
Hi, Cole.
Being at
My
sea?
name's Sunday.
Cole's no dummy. I could see it in his eyes. I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
You just hit a slight little windfall there for you, this big guy. It's a lot of fish.
A lot of fish.
A lot of fish.
He's gonna be rolling in the fish.
So Cole's mostly bald on top, but he's got like big old black dreads. So he like reaches his head back and tightens his knot on his dreads. Looks at Finn. Let's go.
Let's
Sunday,
go.
so you
All
know
right.
blacksmith, right?
Lead
Yeah,
on.
we'll
Sunday.
walk. I go. It's just down a couple blocks down here to the right
They sell cloaks there, right?
in the alley. We'll go down
At a
there.
blacksmith shop, Finn?
Yeah. Warm cloaks, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Do they?
We'll find out from the DM.
All right.
Very strange thing you say.
Tim lifts his head up from the snow. The who?
Oh yeah.
The alcohol content in his blood being the only thing keeping him from freezing to death. Although hypothermia is definitely setting in.
That was perfect.
Is he alright?
He'll be okay.
So wait a minute. So he just fell down in the snow.
I
Yeah.
just let him go.
All right. Cole walks over and picks him up by his cuff and shoves him into the tavern and walks away.
You got a good heart, Cole.
Shut up.
Lucky the stage wasn't here.
Tell me to shut up, Cole. I'm your boss, Cole. Your captain gave you to me.
Daddy.
Right?
Who's your dad?
Cole started suddenly getting paid, and he's like, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
You can't tell me what to do, Cole. I'm your boss.
I'm my own orc now. Damn it!"
Paid.
There's a reason why Vinland harbors all the little people. Cole.
I will kill them all.
Big folk usually
No,
do
no.
this when they meet a cadre of little people.
Be careful in Vinland. I hear they're cannibals.
So it's
Cole shakes his head and starts walking.
Little teeth.
Sunday lets you know that the shop you're looking for, Steam and Steel, is a few blocks away. But you walk for an uncomfortable amount of time. As an hour and a half later, you finally get.
I thought you said this is closed.
jeez.
Sunday.
Oh, jeez.
Like I'm stepping in snow that's like up to my
Hey,
waist.
give me a break, will ya?
And you finally make your way to Troll Skull Alley, where you come across a shop called Steam and Steel. You see that there is actually a very nice sign outside. The neighborhood has turned a lot better than what you had seen on the seafront ward that you had been in. And now that you are surrounded by these nicer shops, you see that this tiny little placard of an anvil and a hammer on their sign, Steam and Steel, as well as the fact that this shop is completely covered in icicles from everywhere, which is evidently from the amount of massive steam pouring and billowing out of the windows. You hear the sound of bing, bing, bing as a hammer and forge are being worked. The steam is thick and hot, and it gives you a little bit of a respite from the biting cold that has been the entire setting of the city so far. You make your way in, open the shop. The bell goes off as the door strikes it above the doorway. And inside you see that there are 2 genasi working this shop. There is a water genasi who appears to be polishing a bit of armor, as well as a fire genasi who is furiously working the forge. From time to time, takes the hot steel off, plunging it into an oil bath or a water bath in order to temper it. And the 2 of them look up and be like, "Oh, greetings, welcome. Not much business these days, but Steam and Steel is always open for friends. Make your way inside.
Got
How?
some customers for you.
Oh, fantastic Sunday. Always a pleasure."
I want to observe their process as I seen him like quenching the steel and everything, and just based on what I know about metallurgy and just science in general, does it look like they know what they're doing?
Graham, what are those
Give me an
things?
intelligence check.
17.
Um, 17. So, yeah, you know enough about forging that these people are they're doing their job. Right from the get-go, you see that they actually have a bit of a plaque that has been scribed and signed. They are definitely guild members of various sorts. You see that they have a plaques designating them as members of the Order of Armorers, Locksmiths, and Firesmiths. You see that the name of Avi is inscribed on there as being one of the members. You also see that the name of Embrick is up there as well. So it's a legitimate business giving out legitimate goods.
I give Finn the nod.
Graham, what are those things?
Well, I know you haven't been in Waterdeep.
I say that like really offensively loud.
Avi the water genasi kind of lowers his brow and he's like,
I am so sorry, Avi. Sorry. It's a genasi, Finn.
"How did you know
What
my
are
name?"
genasi?
Oh. Guessed, I guess.
I
50-50
read it
chance,
over
right?
there.
Yeah, it was like Avi or Dobby.
Yeah.
His name is Embrick.
Embrick. But yeah, this is the place, Finn. They know what they're doing here. They're accredited with the guild, right, guys?
Yeah. No, we know what we're doing, all right. We got it.
Well, these guys are great. You'll love them.
Yeah, and they come with Sonny's recommendation. Although we don't know what that's worth at the moment, but
Okay,
considering
so
the inn she took us
Cole,
to.
just find something that really speaks to you.
Made you some money, didn't it?
Get whatever you want, right?
Embrick lifts up some goggles off of his soot-stained face, pulls him up over like the almost flaming hair that he has, his brazen skin, and he's like, he makes eye contact with Cole. Ah, a half-orc? Oh, I bet I know exactly what you need. I have a blade that's been waiting for someone like you. Give me just a moment.
Cole, if it literally speaks to you, throw it away. Throw it away as fast as you can.
Yeah, right.
Embrick disappears into the back and comes back out of the forge in a second and has this beautiful battle axe. It is emblazoned. The blade itself is a gleaming metallic sheen, mirror image almost. As for the part of the actual body of the axe itself, looks cast iron but has these ripples of magma almost that seem to be flowing through it. The haft itself is a very dark but beautiful wood, highly polished. The handle appears to be out of some sort of reptilian skin. Looking at it, your immediate thought is dragon scale. But like, no way, it can't be. But it is a nice, black, beautiful, scaled leather, taut, and finely fitted. The butt of it actually has a small spike. You see, made out of a type of bronze or brass, very metallic and polished to a mirror finish as well. And Embrick leans in. He puts it carefully on the table.
Graham, this looks expensive.
Places his hand on Abby's hand and is like, we have a fine business here. A fine business, friend. And this axe, it was made for you. I can see it right now.
May I?
Oh, please do.
You're such a good man.
Please do.
Cole.
I grab the axe off the table and I go through my practice routine, which I've done on the ship for 5 years, practicing with my bow, with my great axe, and I go through the movements that I've been taught my entire life. The great axe battle movements, doing thrusts and parries and spins and attacks, and at the end I put it right back.
No, please. He gestures to the corner. Embrick points you towards a chopping block with a piece of wood on top. Please.
I pick it up, and in one swift movement I charge. I do one full spin and I take the head off the dummy.
Flies right off, clean through. An excellent cut. Slicing with no resistance. It's like butter to you.
Coming back, I put it right back. Cole does not
Impressive.
deserve such a blade. And I put it down and I walk away.
No, Cole. Why do you say that about yourself? You look brilliant with that thing.
That was pretty cool, Cole. As I'm rooting around trying to find little snacky crackers and stuff to eat.
I got a pouch right here for you.
Oh, this is just what I do.
Cool. How
I'll
did
go
that
into your
feel?
house and I'll get into your refrigerator.
Felt right.
I didn't even know
It
Janelle
looked right. How heavy was it?
Gotta have something.
Weightless.
Grapes.
Ugh. How much?
That particular item, 50 gold pieces. But I know, it sounds like a lot, but
But we only have like 49 gold pieces.
look, this is a bargain as it is. This battle axe, this great axe, painstakingly created with care.
Is there anything we can do for you to like?
He holds on to Avi's hand tight, and they look at each other, and Avi's like, "It's true. There's no greater smith in the city. I promise you. That axe, not only is it expertly made, it's silvered."
Oh.
I'll go. It's heavy too.
Yeah, Sunday. Thank you.
Man, Finn. Can we step aside? I've got to have a little chat with my friend here and make sure the numbers add up. You understand?
I'm just gonna stand next
Business.
to Cole and rub his giant muscly arm.
Stop. Get off.
Finn, that's a good price. I know. It's really good. I know. If we, I mean,
Can we ask them for help? Maybe we can like do something for them.
oh, like a quest,
Yeah,
like a side quest.
yeah. Like we can owe them a favor.
All right, let's try. You do the talking.
So my good friends, my new friends. I'm only a humble halfling, and I
That's
only
true,
know the business that we do on the island of radishes, beets, and pumpkins. But 50 gold seems like a steep price. Is there any way we can help you and maybe earn this from you? We could pay you more than half the price.
It certainly is obvious of everything that you say. I understand that you're from a tiny village and don't know these things, which is more than why I will look past the insult that you just gave, that this is a steep price. This is masterfully crafted and silvered.
I can see it.
And
Like,
heavy,
I
too.
could never do something like this.
Right. No, as a
I'm just a stupid, poor halfling.
Which is okay. It's okay. You don't know these things.
I don't.
Welcome to Waterdeep.
Thank you.
The jewel of the Sword Coast.
Okay.
We do need armor. Perhaps we could bundle.
Yeah. Would you be
Buy in bulk.
fair for that?
I can give you a discount on all of our other mundane items.
At this point, you see Cole, like, he wandered away from the counter and he's looking at these hard leather bracers. So it's a set of hard leather bracers with like a loin, kind of like a kilt, hard leather kilt.
And Avi spies you doing something. He's like, oh, you like those? You like them? They happen to come from a friend of ours, another shop, but we trade goods back and forth. If you like those, perhaps you would like to go and visit our friends at the Tanned Hide.
Can you give us like a discount as a recommendation, like a price for?
Oh,
like,
you
a friend?
mentioned us, and I'm sure that they will give you a bit of a discount. Although, bit of a forewarning. Nowhere. One of the shop owners, she's a little less on the friendly side, but Matthias, she'll do you right.
Well, Grim, I mean, I don't have to eat for a week. I'll go without. It's cool. Like if we, I mean, if it's okay for Cole to get a weapon, it's what matters most, you know.
Avi and Imbric, is it?
Yes.
Now, it occurs to me that perhaps my friend Finn was a bit insulting when he referenced the price being steep on this obviously masterfully crafted.
It's fine. It's fine.
And it's a testament to your, friendliness as shopkeepers.
And he's from a small island. He doesn't know the metallurgy and the hard work that we put into these things.
Yeah, I totally.
I want
Honestly,
to
Embric-
puke right now.
Embric, and he puts his hand.
Totally.
Embric,
Did you hear what he said about Vinland?
Yes.
I was trying so hard to be your friend. I was even going to ask why you were
Grim.
selling this awesome axe for so cheap and figure out what's wrong with your shop and how we can help you. And then you insulted Vinland like that? Cole,
Slow down.
50
Pilgrim.
gold points. We're leaving.
give me
Take your axe.
give me a deception performance.
Can I help him?
Yeah, I might as well.
My
You've
stomach
been,
grumbles and
you've
I'm
been
like,
doing it the whole
I guess-
time. That's a
I guess I'll go
fantastic number
without-
you
I
have
rolled
there.
an 8.
I'll go without eating, I guess, Grim.
So
it's okay.
deception.
I don't need food anymore.
I think I have a
It's
negative
advantage,
1 to
right?
charisma.
Go ahead and give me that check.
Is he
Oh
gonna?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Take your advantage.
Come on, Grim.
14.
14 total. They look at how plump Finn is.
Finn is not plump.
By halfling
For your
standards.
statures.
I guess I'll go
He's so
without
cute.
eating for the week. Grim. Can I give a deception check?
You already did advantage. No, that doesn't count. You already got your advantage. And they look at all this and they kind of see what's going on here a little bit. Yeah, they did.
Oh
And,
shit!
I was really going to ask him why they were selling
He
such
said he
an
was gonna
awesome
pay
axe
him
for
50
so cheap.
gold. It's fine. He's paying full price.
I'll pay full price. These
He
guys-
is paying full price. He said 50 gold, and then he's just like, I guess we'll just go without eating for a week.
Right. It's 50 gold
That's
for
right.
the axe. I'd be happy to give you a discount on anything afterwards. The axe, firm price.
It's really a nice axe.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's heavy too.
Vinland is also nice.
I never said it wasn't. Your friend said he was but a mere turnip farmer.
Well, you know what? I'm going
I've
to calm
never
down a
eaten
little
a
because
turnip.
that's
What does
actually
that
true.
taste like?
Honestly, I mean, like, given your friend's girth, I must ask, like,
What?
Listen, he's a good
She
cook.
just called you fat.
Enough!
I
enough!
heard it.
Enough! Shut up!
they must
I walk
have
up.
some-
I walk
My
up.
halfling ears
Shut up!
work.
Shut up! I walk up, and Cole extends both arms to Abby and Embric to do like warrior embraces on both hands.
He got the bracers too.
They don't hesitate. They ride up,
Yeah.
like,
With this axe, I will forge a name for myself. I thank you.
Embric, another hand on top of yours. Good luck on your journey, my friend. And know that should you encounter a god upon your journey, that god shall be cut if he stands before this axe.
He's just getting your water.
I
That
take
was
the
so
axe
hot.
and I walk out.
And so you guys, anything else that you feel like you need to buy at this particular
He
time?
needed those bracers, right? So,
We're
how much were those?
go to 10.
That was at the 10.
Go to
Yeah.
Tanned hide?
Oh,
So you don't buy the bracers from here. You
If
instead...
they have a whole set, I would like that.
All right.
I got the impression that we had to go to 10.
It's his gold. He'll buy
Yeah,
what he
if
wants.
Yeah.
they're willing to sell us armor for coal after I calm down a little bit.
All right. So anything that you feel like you need to buy that would come from a blacksmith shop, you're able to buy
Are
it
you
at
a little
standard
hangry?
prices that appear in the player's handbook.
So like a furred cloak, leather bracers with like steel rivets.
So all the metal pieces come from this blacksmith
Yeah.
shop. And
Okay.
for anything else leather-wise, you do have to go to the Tanned Hide, which is a few blocks away. It's not very far. And you come across this place as well. And
I
on
like
their
the fur coat at the leather hide place.
at their particular sign, you see that it is like a deer and a bear backs to each other, looking over their shoulder. And it's almost like underneath that has kind of like in the style of a skull and crossbones, it's like a needle and a thread.
Okay.
And so
Oh, okay.
you see this particular shop, and you come up, and out on the front porch are actually two tiefling women. They are kind of out on the front, and you see that they are drinking some sort of a hot beverage out of a horn each.
Is there any metal posts or anything around?
You gonna go lick a metal post?
Not me.
There are street lights and lamps, yeah, that are maintained by the guild members. So you see that these two tiefling women are actually the two tiefling women are very contrasted in appearance. One of the tiefling women is almost pure ebony, skin-wise. Her eyes are a bright gold, her hair a very alabaster white. And you see that the other tiefling, has a very human-like skin tone with a raven ebony hair color, and her eyes are of silver. The two of them are out there with thick furs drinking their hot beverages, and they see you come up. One of them, the more human skin tone, kind of gives a friendly nod and smiles. The one with the ebony skin tone just kind of expressionless, sips her beverage.
I lean over to Finn. I'm like, Finn, these people are cool. One of them lies, and one of them tells the truth. All the time. Trust me.
You'll take the lead on this then.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just fucking with you.
Anyway, I walk up expecting like one of them to be telling lies and the other one telling truths, and I say to, "Hello, it's a very good evening to meet all of you. I mean, both of you."
The two tiefling women kind of like glance at one another, and a pleasure.
I've been drinking. I'm sorry.
That's the one that
Heavy in
lies.
my cup. I'm very apologetic here, but I've come to peruse the wares of this building. Do you guys work here?
Indeed, welcome, sir, to our establishment.
Still drinking, like as I'm walking the street. Just
We understand. It's a
Yeah,
cold
yes.
night. Yeah.
the way to keep warm.
As you come up, like quick cheers, but one of the tieflings is like just she's glowering, almost
Oh.
an expression.
The ebony one.
Mm-hmm. She's
Yes.
the one that always tells the truth.
She kind of glances over at you.
Do you like him? Just as a person.
It seems to me that you might be setting me up for something. Should I say no, or should I say yes?
Mm. One of them can always discern the truth. I forgot.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're
Do
here.
you have business here?
Yes. Actually, this fine gentleman needs some armor, but I'm gonna let Finn take that.
Yeah, I need a cloak that's very fuzzy and warm for me.
Oh, it would be my pleasure. I would be most pleased to accommodate your services.
And he needs like underwear, correct?
Oh.
Like fuzzy underwear.
Please come in. And the two of them, they retreat within the confines of their establishment. You follow in suit. On the inside, you see that they have several mannequins of sorts set up of various leathers. Some of them mere battle harnesses. Others are very fancy and beautifully created scabbards and belts. all of them are embossed with different designs of different nationalities and different cultures from around the world. There are furs, there are cloaks, there are heaps and heaps of leather in the back where it looks like their workshop is. They come in, and as soon as
How are my feet in this like snow? And are Cole and I cold? Like at all, walking around in the snow, just
Yeah.
barefoot?
no, it's cold. And as you go in here, you see that the ebony skinned one, as soon as she moves into the shop, hot on her heels is this beautiful red fox that darts behind. It comes up almost waist high. It's a very large fox and just right into the side of her leg like a loyal dog.
Cool.
She kind of scratches down.
Is it a familiar?
I start handing it this like cookie.
16 Arcana check.
It is not a familiar. It appears to just be a loyal creature.
I see.
Can I pet it? I'll ask who's your friend's name?
As you speak to the ebony-skinned tiefling, she's like, his name is Freedom.
Freedom. Can I pet Freedom?
You may.
I love furry animals. Cool. Slowly.
Freedom the fox at first hesitant, but then moves in, just allowing you to feel its beautiful
Get
coat.
the spot right here.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that the
It-
feeling of freedom?
It's actually
How does freedom feel?
the coat of the
Plentiful.
fox. The coat of the fox is amazingly downy. It is just absolute
So
softness.
soft. Start getting in closer.
Freedom has been a friend of mine for very, very many years.
I like your pet.
What might I interest you in?
Well, this is my friend Cole, and this is my good new friend Sunday, and I'm Finn, and that's Graham over there, and we're looking for clothes for the winter weather. I mean, I kind of need shoes, and I like stick up this like halfling foot that's got like horse shit on it, and like mud, and frozen snow to it,
Tons of hair.
tons of hair like
On
all
the
over
foot.
the top.
You
Of the
see that?
foot.
You see one
That's good.
tiefling
Ew.
kind of the ebony skin tiefling kind of turns her nose up a little bit.
Yeah.
However,
I need some real shit kickers.
Mhm.
here. I've never really
Ew.
had shoes before, but
Is he really gonna kick shit?
the dark haired tiefling acknowledges it. She's like, "It would be my pleasure. I shall get you all of the things that you would require. Allow me to take a tally." And she goes over lists. She procures items. And she kind of gives suggestions. She pulls out boots. She pulls out clothes, winter clothing, everything that you would need, and whatnot. At one point, she's like, Miss Sunday, it would be my pleasure to apply all of these procurements on your tab."
Yeah, that sounds great. My daddy will pick it up.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
I get the most fancy,
So they hand you
the
like
most
this.
fancy boots I can find in the whole shop. Like they're cool, like cowboy boots, but very warm and comfortable.
They're like fur trimmed and everything. They're,
Oh God, yeah.
they're like medieval Uggs, but cowboy boot style.
yeah,
Mm.
like
And so the ebony tiefling comes over, her horns curved way back and around, ram styles, encircling her ears, and she kind of fits the boot to your foot. And for just a second, you see her look up with like this, a glare, not quite in malice, but definitely like contempt.
why? Have I ever
And,
done
and
that?
she just goes about sizing everything, and she looks at the cloak. "I will be back. I must take several inches off."
You
she,
can just do that?
she removes a cloak from your back, and she takes it back into the shop. And
She cuts out like a small square of it.
as for the other tiefling, who is already like tallying up the cost of everything, she says, Do not mind her. I feel that she is. Well, she does not take care of the customer service side of things here."
He needs a long flowing coat with like fur around the sides here, and like leopard print all the way down.
So no, then I don't need that. But I perhaps one of you is
Your friend's
familiar
a
with the
little
ways of
strange.
magic to a degree, or even that spellcasters require components to cast magic.
No.
Well, they do.
Very nice.
And
At this entire time that you're talking, she's sizing up Cole without even a word having been said to her. She's already like kind of picking things out, picking and choosing, and putting things together in a very nice raiment of hardened leather.
so I pull out my component pouch, which is just like a pretty shoddy looking leather sack with a couple extra little kangaroo pouches here and there on the other side of it and stuff, and it's pretty ugly. And I'm like, I have actually been meaning to upgrade a little bit. With winter coming, perhaps we can make some alterations to my jacket, if you're willing.
Vinta is here.
Yeah. So,
And
would you be willing to put a few pockets and some line my jacket with a warm fur and make it winter ready for me?
as she nods, you see that her horns, being more unusual for tiefling, almost going straight up and out the side, almost kind of bovine in appearance. But she kind of looks at you, and you see that they like, as she nods, she's like, because of Miss Plenty, I will do this for you. I will throw that away, and we will put this on the tab. And she procures like this finely embroidered pouch that has small decorations of rock gnome design on it. It's beaded and has a drawstring that has like several semi-precious gems along the end of it to stop the drawstring from flowing through and everything. And as you open it up, you see that there are actually like 4 folds where it sections off. So it is like pouches within pouches.
That's pretty cool.
Slip that in my jacket. Well, would you mind making some alterations to my jacket as well to make it winter worthy?
I will do so, but first I will need to freshen it up a bit.
Oh, you heard her
I can
grin.
handle it.
It is all right. I do not mean to give any insult. However,
You dressed like.
it is winter, and I understand that people have fallen on hard times.
Grim isn't insulted at all.
You hear from the back the ebony-skinned tiefling, and it's like, you look like a vagrant.
You really do.
And your father
She's right.
smells of elderberries.
No, that is you. You smell of elderberry.
He's right.
Grim's just sighed.
Please,
No.
please, do not mind Nova. Nova, I never properly introduced myself. My name is Mateus.
Pleased to meet you, Mateus, and that is...
That is Nova, and
Nova
Nova
and
deals with the leatherworking of the shop. She is a true gift and the light of my life. She takes care of all of the creations that you see here. Truly a splendor. And I merely... Well, I am the face.
And, nothing about magic, huh?
Simple leather workers here. What is it that you would be looking for, magic-wise? For your magic?
Well, not so much looking for magic, just curious to know whether or not you're aware of some of the needs of magic users. Clearly you are, because you had a spell component pouch, which is fantastic.
Oh, well, we deal in things that are more of the material plane. However, should you be looking for things, a few shops here in Rosestone Alley I can recommend. There happens to be a apothecary nearby.
I will need some components, yes.
Yes, Zero's Filter.
Mm-hmm.
A very nice shop. I highly recommend that. There is a high elf shopkeeper. Telandrio is her name.
Matthias, I missed the name of the shop. Could you...
Zero's Filter. Zerozy Filter.
Zero filter.
No, Rosie. Rosie, like the flower.
Zeros.
Finn, you
Rosy
uncultured
filter.
swine. She's saying the rosy filter.
Uncultured.
Finn, you're cute, but you're dumb.
Giving Vinland a bad name. The cookies were great, though.
No one's supposed
They
to talk
were
about
good,
Finland.
by the way. You're
Stop
a great
saying
cook.
the word Finland.
As well as if you are looking for things in magical scrolls or spell books or any kind of books,
I don't know what scrolls are, but fuck you.
there is a very, very lovely girl who here in Rose and Thorn Alley. Lovely girl. You would like her. Her name is Hilda, and she is the proprietor of the Scribbling Scribe.
Has a bit of a reputation, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed. Hilda, well, she's got a thing for alphanumerical. Very organized. Not so much on the social. However, we very much love her. Absolutely.
I've heard of Hilda. Yes. Anyone who's good with their numbers, I can get along well with them.
Aside from that, forgive me if I am mistaken, but you are adventurers, are you not?
This
You
is a
look
nice
like
hat.
I shall put it on your tab, Miss Plenty.
Thank you.
It is always a pleasure to do business with you.
I love coming to your store.
When she says adventurers, I kind of look around, look at Cole, look at Finn, take him in, the boots, the outfit, the finger guns. Look at everybody, and I'm like, pew pew pew. We are. That's what we are. We're adventurers.
Might I ask? It is always a pleasure, and I must. Do you have a company name?
That's a good question. You know who's great with coming up with company names?
I do like to pass on the word when somebody says, "Oh, have you heard of so and so?" I'm like, "Aha! Who do you think outfitted them?"
True. Cole, you're great with coming up with company names.
You see the ebony skin tiefling poke her head around.
Just says, shut up.
I just is there a stack of cloaks and boots and stuff?
Oh yeah. So you've like they've fitted you up and everything, and you have like gear and armor and everything that would be the envy of any orc.
I've never touched anything as nice as this.
I'm
Ever.
helping you with the fashion style of it too. So
It
no, you don't
looks-
want this.
It
looks
looks
dangerous.
rough and intimidating from the outside, but from the inside,
It's
fits.
soft and
It fits like a snuggie.
Snuggie, a half orc and a snuggie.
Oh, you're never gonna learn to rage.
It's not that comfortable.
It's just too comfortable.
Snuggie.
Never gonna rage again.
I look down, and the only item that I have left, I've shedded everything else, is a worn compass that I've had over the years of learning how to sail.
Oh, you just like staring at it right now?
It's the only item that I have left.
I look
That I
at it
brought.
and I'm just like, can you use that?
Yeah, Cole knows how to sail, yes.
You can navigate the stars?
Yeah.
No, dummy. I heard of such things. They point to the thing that you desire most.
No, dummy. You need to know the navigation of the stars to figure out which way you're going.
I feel like Cole is on the
Is that
verge of
too?
something
This is a
fantastic.
really nice hat.
This is
On your tab.
This is a sextant,
I'm taking it.
and it's the only item I have.
You don't have to get rid of it. It's not like
I don't plan on it.
clothes.
Shut up.
Damn it, Cole.
What is it that you said as you see the ebony skin tiefling come out and she's got like some leather binding in her hand? Oh, not of that kind.
Yeah. Not like that.
Sex.
Not like that.
Jesus.
I was thinking it
You
This is
asked.
no sextant.
You asked for a name.
tonight.
Yeah, this is the only
Section
item that I
today.
have, and it's the only thing that I can think of. So if we're gonna come up with a name, I think it should have sextant in it somehow.
Hey Finn. First he said negotiate. Now he's saying sextant. Are you getting the idea that he may not be as he is? I think it's a great idea, Cole. I think it's fantastic. Let's keep brewing on that. Like a
Think about it.
delicious Vinland coffee.
The ebony skin tiefling still looking around and going, I hope I am invited to that party.
Have you ever heard of coffee?
Yes.
Coffee?
Although here in Waterdeep we call it thermally agitated bean extract.
Well, where
Just
we come
kidding.
from, thermally. What you say is a very common drink.
Yeah.
In fact, there are many
Thermally
halflings
extracted.
and gnomes who go out of their way to produce this.
Mm-hmm. Fine brew indeed. The dwarves brew the beer, the halflings brew the coffee, and it's good.
It's the only way to wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
honestly.
Mm-hmm. At any rate, what do we owe you?
Do not worry about a thing. It is all on Miss Plenty's tab.
Yeah, my dad will take care of it.
You are all outfitted for your adventures. I will be seeing you at the Yawning Portal, no?
Yeah, you will. And will your dad be taking care of it? What happens
course
if
he will. He
you
loves
submit
me.
the bill and it doesn't get paid?
Well, Miss Plenty's father has not backed out of the indenture yet.
Grim's a little concerned for Sunday and her confidence with her father's ability to pay the debts, but
Been doing it my whole life.
thank you, Miss Plenty.
May I have all
Ain't
of?
nothing.
May I have everyone's name for the tab? Miss Plenty's father is very interested on where the money goes. You've
How much is the tent? by
Can
the
we
way?
just say
Tim-
that I
Tim
donated
Grimbers?
it to charity?
Tim Grimbers. you said?
Tim Grimbers, that's right.
Can we just say I donated to charity to my nameless charity?
Another one for the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I got you covered, Tim Grimbers.
Thank you,
Very nice.
Matthias.
How much
So,
was the bill, by the way?
Hey, didn't your parents ever tell you look at the bill, you pay for it?
She's got a point, Finn.
You mean Jim?
Jen.
so you all have gathered up your belongings. You have the items that you needed from the blacksmith and Steam and Steel. You have your items procured from the tanned hide, and you venture back out into the cold Waterdavian winter. It is approaching sundown
My new
now,
hat.
and
It's like I'm wearing nothing at all, guys.
and reluctant to retreat to your own private residences now that you have your new friends, you all decide to make for the most likely place, the beacon of adventurers, the foci of the fellowship, the yawning portal. And such we close our night to pick up again later on. After Halloween, we will not be playing on
Splendors.
Hallows Eve or Samhain. We shall be reconvening in 2 weeks. And so we shall see you then to learn the fate of this new fellowship.
Of the section, I don't know.
Of the Saxon.
So for anyone watching later, stay tuned for some character intro videos that we're going to be doing and a couple other cool things to help you guys get familiar with the characters. I'm sure nobody's watching anymore right now, but when you rewatch it on YouTube, and I know you will, you're going to catch this little bit of
According to
information.
my phone, we have 45 viewers right now.
Well then,
Oh, cool.
fantastic. So
Wow.
listen,
I am currently doing some highlights of the last couple of episodes. Also, those will be coming up on our YouTube channel. And so we'll be doing a lot of character intro videos. They'll also be up on the YouTube channel and linked to the Twitch also. So
yeah, if there's anything that you want to see, let us know. But for now, from Grim and Cole and Finn Littlemint and Sunday Plenty, see you later.
adios.